I'm on a train, but there's no one at the helm, and there's a demon in my brain who starts to overwhelm. Try to swim beneath, I try to keep awake, but I can feel this narcolepsy slide into another nightmare.
I'm here. Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome in, everyone. So if I'm leaving on vacation tomorrow, I'm gonna lose my 2-week streak of watching every stream. Unluck. Let's just get Norm out of the YouTube chat preemptively. Let's just get this person out of here. Just spamming poop in the YouTube chat. Like, you gotta be too. Finally caught your stream. What's up, Nay? How's it going, bro? Alright. Yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? We're here today. Hi, everyone. Hey, guys. Hey, guys. How's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing today? I'm tired, I'm not gonna lie. I actually woke up early today. I forced myself to wake up early. Hopefully tonight I go to bed early and then we get on a good schedule again. Glad to hear it, Klops. I'm scared of weird guys waving at me. Oh my god, Silver's in chat. Oh yeah. Today might be a good day. What's up, Mr. Jeff Person? What's up, Adam? Yo, what's up, Cern? How's it going, bro? How many years until the brace is getting off? I don't know. Theoretically, they should get off soon. I've had them almost for 2 years. In September, I've had them for 2 years. I can't stay long though. I got an online orientation for college. That's like in an hour and a half though. Wish me luck on Sonic Wave. Good luck on Sonic Wave, Mr. Sandwich. Tired, bro. DePickle, didn't you follow me yesterday? Why do you guys like do that? Like, are you guys like, you know, you lose your follow age when you unfollow and refollow. You guys understand that, right? You could just type in the chat. Like, you could just type in the chat. Yeah. Okay. What are we doing today? What are we doing today? Let me know. I think you tweaking or something. You literally have messages from 6/1, which is 9 days ago. You gotta be 2 years old. I never saw the braces. Yeah, I got braces. Why am I subbed? Someone gifted you a sub, bro. Oh my god. Lily, don't call me Tofi Wofi. You have 17 in your name. You have 17 in your name. This is just a recipe for disaster. Don't call me Tofi Wofi. Chill. Don't type 2017. I'm not 17. Wait, maybe Pasta was right. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, if you were born in 2017, especially don't call me fucking Tofi Wofi. Holy shit. Alright, that's my favorite number. How is one's favorite number 17? That's just like such a random number. That's such a random ass number. My favorite numbers are the number 2 and the number 24. You guys didn't know. What's up, Quinn? What's up, Daquan? Favorite number not being 4 is crazy. Can you say hi to Trick for me? Oh, can you say hi to Trick for me? Alright, what's up, Eva? If you're a girl, I might. Alright, hold on. I got something I want to show real quick. But are you guys are you guys happy? I went live early today. Guys, I went live early today. I went live early today. Well, technically I went live on time. Cuz I've been going live late, but you know, it's oh, what's this? You linked? No, I'm not while looking at this. Jackson. Okay, guys, when you link Discord images, you have to right click on the image, not the message, for it to be an attachment. You right click the image and then you click copy. You don't link the channel. Watch TS2 movie, please. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I'm so tired. I'm tired today. If I watch the TS2 movie, I might unironically fall asleep. You shaved. I did shave last night. Look, guys, I shaved. I shaved last night. I shaved last night. All right, hold on. I wanted to show this. I was sent this clip. I was sent this clip. Look at this. Here, let me move chat for this. Chat. No, that's not chat. Where's my chat? Oh, here. You guys can go under me for right now. Anyways, I got sent this clip last night.
I like fun. Thank you for the 5 Australian. I got a coach too. Bro, I feel like this guy is like so famous, bro. I constantly see his name fucking mentioned in chat. I think his chat is just like loves to just like troll like Toph just lives rent free in his chat's head at all times.
Do you guys love me? Do you guys love me? Do you guys like just start riding for me when I'm offline? Let me know. Do you guys like ride for me when I'm offline? No. Yes. Okay. I like that. Can you make a channel named Toph No Yap where you stream without your voice so I can enjoy the streams? Yes, we love you on our soul. Bro, guys, who is doing this bullshit? Who is doing this bullshit? I gooned to your cosplay. Guys, stop doing this shit. I used to love Mario as a child. That has no relevance to this stream. Guys, hello, first time here. What's up, Ale? How's it going, man? But yeah, I didn't know you guys I didn't know you guys like wrote for me when I'm offline and shit. Okay, I gotta like move this down a little bit. I don't like looking short. I gotta make sure I don't look that short. But yeah, thank you guys. I mean, shit. Hey, Doogie thinks we're famous. That's basically a cosign if you think about it. What's up, Yoro? How's it going? All right. You always look short. You know what's so crazy? Is like this chat. How do you link your Twitch account to Prime? Let me do my ad read. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna go on to Amazon Prime and you're gonna look up Twitch, linking Twitch to Amazon Prime on Google. Then it's going to give you the website to then link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account. So basically you're just gonna log into your Amazon Prime account and then you're gonna log into your Twitch account on your Amazon Prime. Then the two are gonna link, giving you one free subscription every single month, which then you could drop on this channel right here to get no ads, sub badge, emotes, and you look cooler in the chat. Haha.
Supersonic 802 says, "Now I don't waste primes on this guy."
First time message. I want to suck your balls. Good stream, guys. Peace out, boys. Good stream. Good stream. Good stream. We're not doing this first time message shit where we're sitting here and eating my balls and shit. Unless you're a girl and you're attractive and you're over the age of 18. It's the only time I'll let it slide. Fuck it, like, guys, stop looking at my face. Guys, looking good today. Oh, thanks, Poker Boy. I like that first time message. That's a real first time message. Guys, stop looking at my face. Guys, stop looking at my face. Stop looking at it. Stop taking screenshots of me. That's a weird. Can we create a subcategory on Rule 34 titled Top Creep? Yo, did you see my DM? What'd you DM me on? Mafia Cheese Stick. What's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. I can't help but admire the beauty of your eyebrows. Okay, guys. Guys, okay. Stop sexualizing me. It's making me feel uncomfortable. What should my first message be? It should have been a Prime sub, because I see that you got a Prime sub next to your name. Wait, what the fuck is this? Pasta, what is this emote? What? What is that? Yo, Mafia Cheese Stick, thanks for the follow, gang. I appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, bro. What are you guys doing? Guys. Hey, Toph, you should definitely make a new channel in Discord music. Why would I make that? What is that gonna do? Mr. Sandwich, thanks for the follow, bro. I appreciate you. Welcome to the stream, bro. Alright. Like music you make. You guys make music? I can already tell this is gonna be a rough stream. Why are we dick sucking in the YouTube chat? Yo, what's up, Brobo? How's it going? Okay. You guys got anything you want me to react to today? Anything that's like sticking out like a sore thumb or something? Did I miss anything last night? Did I miss anything? You guys gotta like if there's like GD news, you guys gotta tell me and shit. Like, you guys gotta tell me. Like, I forgot to mention yesterday, I saw that there's like a GD rank dropping. Yo, what's up, Zio? How's it going, bro? Welcome to the stream. the movie. I didn't miss the movie. I didn't miss the movie. I was paid to not watch it. I was quite literally paid to not watch that bullshit. Watch Element 11 RG. You guys didn't want me to watch that either. Yo, Tove, I was wondering what time is it when you go live? Like 12 p.m. Okay, hey, that guy that I rated last night, did you guys like, did he rate me? Did he put me on the list or no? Did he put me on the list or no? You guys got the clip? Yes. Okay, link the clip, He put you in F. That guy put me in after I rated him. That guy's getting blocked. Yes. What? Oh, is this the clip? It just isn't the clip. Okay, we could watch this today.
Gemix is good says, bro, you got another sub while playing Deadlocked yesterday, so I think we are on success.
This is not how that works. Hey, he didn't put you in F. No one has the clip. No one has the clip. Guys, usually like you're supposed to like clip things for me to see. Like, as someone, like if you're watching a stream and someone mentions me, you clip it and then you send it to me the next day, so that way I can react to it. You know, like that's usually how that goes.
Dapickle33 says, react to the ill pretty chop lil pup boy.
Don't call me Lil Pup Boy, bro. Not too much effort. All right. You guys are like the worst chatters I've ever seen. You guys need to be carrying the stream. You guys make me carry the stream. On the pot right now. Hi, Tofi Bear. This guy's name is Spider-Man Fan 232323. Over under that guy's 10 years old. Be honest. Toph, if you were an animal, what would you be? Probably dolphin, because I'm like fucking hyper intelligent and all the bitches want to like swim with me and shit. Thanks for the follow, Spider-Man fan. I don't know if I said that. Okay. Don't type Toph creep. Don't type Toph creep. God damn it. I hate everyone in this chat. Okay. Are we watching this today? Be honest. Are we watching this today?
Bornonicum says, watch TAR 1 LSD0LL already. I've been asking for like a week.
I don't. Yeah, that name. Nah. Hold on. Toph, if everyone on Earth was Toph. Toph, if everyone on Earth was Toph, but there were girl Tophs too, would you fuck with that? What? Guys, you should ask people to make edits of you and react to them for a video. No, you guys are just supposed to make edits of me. Here, I'll give you all my editors. I got you. Here, I'll give you a clip. I got you. Don't stop spamming Toph creep. You guys are so weird, bro. I got you. I know you guys need more like edit like content. Yo, what's up, burgers and freeze? Gang is not getting an edit. Okay. All my ladies in the chat, tell me, put a yes or no. Do you want a Toph edit? Be honest. All my ladies in the chat. What's your favorite X videos create? This is why I don't read YouTube chat. Just fair warning. I thought this guy was asking a real question. Yo, Cyclone, thanks for the follow, gang. Toph? Okay, yeah. This guy's yeah. We'll see you tomorrow, bud. We're not typing that shit in the chat. We'll see you tomorrow, bud. Peace out. You ever gonna do that? What's good, Toph? What's good? You said, what's good, Toph? What's good? You know how, like, dumb that sentence sounds? No offense. But, yeah, okay. Are we watching this? Put a yes or no in the chat. Put a yes or no. Put a yes or no. Change your user to Toph GD, bro. Fuck no. Yes, 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 yes. I'm seeing a whole lot of yeses. The chat just completely flipped.
_K21 says, when is the first gym stream?
When your mom agrees to go to the gym on stream with me. She kind of likes to go off stream. Okay, one gifted for yes, 2 gifted for no. 1 gifted for yes, 2 gifted for no. Let me know. I'll give you guys some time to think about it. What's up, Phoenix Petlock? L begging. I'm not begging. No, I'm not begging. Greedy ass Mario. I got an ad. Sub up for no ads. Give me that What are you guys doing? Oh, KZ with the sub to Daquan. We just hit 260 subs again, I think, on Twitch. Wait, what was yes? Wait, was one yes? Was one yes? Was one yes? Yes, okay. Okay, well, this is an hour and 17 minutes long, so 10 subs to not sub or to not watch, 20. Yeah, you guys got about 5 seconds to give 2 subs to re-interact with that. Is there anything else that happened yesterday? Oh, I went to go buy the heart rate monitor yesterday, but I realized the one that Doogie said to get was Bluetooth. My computer doesn't have Bluetooth, so I couldn't. I didn't have it. I can't get it. Why are you putting question mark question? Why are we putting question marks? LPC. Are you broke? No, I just don't need. Why the fuck, bruh? Buy a Wi-Fi antenna. I don't got Wi-Fi on my computer either. Buy a Bluetooth stick. Get the Bluetooth thing. Like, I don't want that shit. I don't want that shit though. Low-key, it's Aura to not have Bluetooth. Low-key, it's Aura. Like, my PC's like we in a big 2.5. Why the fuck? Grass mowing stream, please. Oh my god, my favorite chatter, Becky's in the chat. What's up, Becky? Fuck. Like, I just hate everyone in this chat. Like, I deadass just hate everyone in this chat. Okay, I gotta remove like, bro. You guys, stop fucking spamming. You fucking, like, the YouTube chat, I swear, has sub 30 IQ. Sub 30 IQ. I'm not kidding. All right, so we're watching this. No one get to 2 subs. No one get to 2 subs. So we're watching this, yeah? You guys cool with that? It's gonna be okay. What is this even about? This is an hour and 17 minutes long. You hear, Toph? Yeah, I have ears. What's up, Maple Cat? I like your username, actually. YouTube chat is all under 10 years old because you don't react to us. Yo, don't wish me luck on Bloodbath. I hope you never beat it. Do you hate me too? No, I'm just kidding. YouTube chat is not worth reacting to. My dick performs so well they call me Nano Medea. That's what I'm talking about. Toph, can you please start crediting the videos you react to? I literally show them on the stream. What are you talking about? All right. Let's fucking, bro. Guys, this better fucking eat, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This better eat. Okay, someone in the chat remind me, do not curse. Someone in the chat, you gotta constantly remind me, do not curse. Becky with the tier 1 to spy. Hi Toph, can you wish me a happy 5th birthday? I love you, Tophie Wophie. Wait, Wasn't this guy? Wait, okay, that guy's getting banned. Didn't Spider-Man 232323 just? Yo, Becky, I appreciate you. Thank you for the gifted sub. My girlfriend turns 8 today. I am 23. I'm just not reading YouTube chat anymore. What am I looking at? Does he not get it? What is this? Okay, I'm not gonna lie though. You kind of snapped on my face card. Like this actually looks like me. Like this unironically looks like me. Like the face. Biblically accurate Toph. Actually uncultured. What?
It's not some sex!
Mafia cheese stick with the Prime subscription. You to go. You to go. What is this? What? It looks like you if you were handsome. Wait, biblically accurate Toph is banging. Becky, I'm not banging you. Sorry. I'm saving myself for marriage, unfortunately. Slow down. But guys, what is this? Could someone in the chat? Because technically, angels are a lot worse. What? How is this an angel? Made up chat messages. She literally said Toph is banging in the chat. You guys could just scroll up 2 scrolls. You'll see it. I'm not. Slow down. Chat. Look up biblically accurate angel. No, stop. Okay. Okay, Pasta just linked it. Can I show this on screen? What is this? The fuck is this? They have aura? Oh, so this is like my aura picture. This is like my aura picture. That's an angel. Do not curse. Yeah, keep reminding me. Just keep reminding me. I only need to not curse during the video. Like, I could curse now, but it's probably good. Yeah, pretty much. Feel like Reno Hercules riding in that phantom. Hey. Hey, I appreciate you, twin. I appreciate you, twin. We like that type shit. All right. All right, don't curse. All right, don't curse. Can you censor it? I can, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and then work that I don't want to do. So I need to not curse. All right, come on. Lock in, twin. Lock in, twin. All right. Today, we have a long-awaited reaction. I've been getting told this pretty much since I started reacting to stuff. This is the story of GD's most mysterious level, which is like RPG or Element 111 RP or RG or something. So it's an hour and 17 minutes long. So, but before we even get started in the YouTube video, I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna react really hard. Oh, I'm gonna react really hard. I'm gonna try my hardest not to read the Twitch chat, because for some reason all the YouTube commenters are like, no, stop reading. But yeah, we're locked in.
Geometry Dash has a lot of levels. Outside of the 30 plus levels that the main developer Robotop created, majority of the levels comes from other players.
This is by Stormfly, by the way.
Game, you have to put one together using this game's level editor and beat the whole level without dying once.
I've never heard of Element 11111 though,
able to
be honest.
upload it and share it with other players. If your level has high enough quality, it might even catch the attention of the developer of the game, Robotop. The reason this is relevant is because he might feel like the level is good enough to be given a star rating. This is something a lot of creators in the game desires to have because it gives player a deeper reason to play your level, allowing them to gather collectibles to boost their own player account by playing the level you made. Of course, some levels have more impact than others, and they are remembered and recognized.
Oh, it's the How to Train Your Dragon guy.
There are some pretty good examples of creators that have released some great levels such as Funny Games, Sender Games, Sir Punch, Nazcab, and more. But some of the most popular levels in this game are those that are considered the hardest to beat.
Make louder?
Examples would be Cataclysm, Bloodbath, Artificial Ascent,
I've seen
Yatagarasu,
all these.
Zodiac, Limbo, and more.
Wait, I've seen these
One
all.
of the
I feel like I'm like...
levels to beat in the game that I have brought up in videos previously is a level called Element 111RG by the creator
I've never seen this level.
X. On the surface, this level name sounds like absolute gibberish, and given that there are other hardest levels much like it begs the question what makes this level so special. There are many levels like it too, an old impossible garbage level designed to essentially break your soul
Wait,
with
this
some of the
ship's
most
fire.
garbage designs you will have ever seen in a game. Nothing about that makes the level in itself very special, yes, but unlike majority of these levels, this seemingly impossible level for one reason or another was rated. A level being rated implies that RubTop, the developer of the game himself, approved of this level, giving it stars for players to collect. This would also mean that RubTop viewed this as a level possible for players to beat. Now, to be fair, at the time the idea of cheating when uploading levels wasn't a thought that was considered much in the community, and RubTop was no exception. But there are two things that we know about our dear RubTop. One, RubTop usually doesn't play through the entire levels that he rates, meaning he probably didn't see how murderously difficult this level was. And two, RubTop understandably has a soft spot for levels using new content that he releases. For some of you, this might sound alien to you because you've perhaps been around for the 2.1
He doesn't
update
play the
only.
whole level?
But if you want to get a new rated level when a new update comes out, start using the new features a ton because that will motivate
Wait, what is
RubTop to want
this?
to rate
This
the
looks
level
cool.
more. Element 111RG was such an example. The 6th major update of the game had come out fairly recently. 1.6 released on the 25th of March 2014, which introduced some of these blocks you see here. Element 111RG was released 13 days after the update on the 7th of April 2014, and the beginning of the level had these blocks immediately showcased, which is probably the only part of the level that RubTop truly played. Seeing the beginning of this was enough for RubTop. He gave the level a simple rate and ignored the fact that was obvious to everyone else who played it. The level was one of the most impossible brutal garbage levels that the game ever had to experience, creating such an infamous legacy that any other incredibly difficult level was not even close to the difficulty of this pile of crap. Wait, so if we know the mystery behind this was just being an essentially impossible level, what makes it so special? Who the hell is Dark X? And why is this level called something as obscure as Element 111RG? Okay, let's back up a bit. Before Geometry Dash had even come out, going all the way back to 1999, which was the year that Naver was released to the South Korean public. If you've never heard of this before, Naver is a South Korean online platform operated by the Naver Corporation. It debuted on the 2nd of June 1999 as the first web portal in South Korea to develop and use its own search engine. It was also the world's first operator to introduce the comprehensive search feature, which compiles search results from various categories and presents them in a single page. In simpler English, this online platform provided with an actual search engine before Google themselves. As such, it became the most popular search engine in South Korea, and as of September 2017, the Naver search engine handled 74.7% of all web searches in the country. More than 25 million Koreans have Naver as the start page of their default browser, and the mobile application has 28 million daily visitors. And in 2007, one of its users named mTruls would begin to play the Super Mario series. He joined a Korean Super Mario World community on the cafe website Naver. Over the next 5 years, this user would spend time improving on the Mario games across a range of consoles such as Wii, DS, and on the PC. During this time, mTrolls would be spending time using the external developer tool called
never touched one of those a day in your life.
Creating custom Mario maps and ROM hacks. Some of the private ROM hacks created by him were given a variety of different names, such as Mario Titles Rules, Ready Mario, Jest Mario, and the Puzzle Road. In 2012, mTrolls stated that he had begun making the Puzzle Road 2, set to be harder than the prequel, and would set about creating it with his increased level of skill with lunar magic. If you decided to play these ROM hacks, you would find that the difficulty of them were downright incomprehensible. They were by design made to be near impossible, but still humanly possible if someone attempted to get far. Most of the time. Which paints a rather foreboding picture for what the story will entail. Now you may wonder what a story about someone playing
We're just
Mario
coming up with
ROM
words
hacks
now.
has anything to do with Geometry Dash. As it turns out, Mtros is none other than DarkX himself, the creator of Element 111RG. His occupation before Geometry Dash had even come out was already perfectly clear in a different game. Back then,
thanks
this
for
is
the
what
follow,
DarkX
Minions
was
fan.
doing with Super Mario games. Fast forward 2 years later, back in early 2014, a Korean player named Arco was one of the many users on the Korean Geometry Dash neighbor forum Geometry World. This was the very first large Geometry Dash community founded by Snow back on the 24th of October 2013. During the large activity of that community, Arco had an idea. He wanted to create a level series based off the elements of the periodic table,
Okay,
and
that's
as
pretty
such,
fire.
started off with the first element, hydrogen, and named the level as such. On the 25th of February 2014, Arco posted the first preview on Geometry World, showcasing parts of the level. But a few weeks into development, Arco came to the realization that the scope of the project was so immense that he would need some help. So he
Yeah.
came up with the idea to host a community project, and he requested the community to join him in making this series of levels. On the 17th of March 2014, Arco would make an announcement post on Geometry World requesting users to join him in making Elements levels. Many users requested to join in helping Arco in his project, one of which was DarkX himself, but we'll get into him later. Each level
okay.
in this series was going to represent each individual element. So by Arco's request, the levels would have 3 parts to their name. The name would begin with element to signify that the level was part of the element series. Afterwards, they would add the atomic number of the designated element, followed by the symbol of the element. So for example, the first
Wait, what
level
elements
in this
RG?
series
Oh, I see
will be
it. I saw
oriented
it.
around
I
the
saw
first
it.
element,
It's at the bottom.
hydrogen. As
I saw
such,
it.
the name for this level will be element 1H. The next level will be oriented around the element helium, hence element 2He. Next level after that, lithium, element 3Li, and so on. If you've already counted or you know the
Oh my gosh. Huh. And with that, my uncle is 100% the biggest oiler in the stream. That's my uncle for all you guys that don't know. That's my uncle. Shout out, bro. That's my uncle. Shout out, bro. Yo, thank you for the 25,000 bits. Yo, how do you guys all have bits on this platform? I don't think I've ever had a bit, like maybe back in like 2012 when you could like watch one. Shout out Unc, just a little donation from one Unc to another. I'm not Unc, bro. Don't call me Unc. See, now the chat's gonna start spamming Unc again. We were almost off that trend. Great, thank you. I appreciate you. Yo, everyone at him and say W.
periodic table. This would be a
Overstimulated.
massive project of a total of 118 levels. Arco also arranged the series to be categorized into 12 sub-series, with the first levels from 1 to 10 being given the nickname Element Series 1, the next 10 levels after that Element Series 2, and so on, all the way up to Element Series 12, and in the series off with the levels from 111 to 118. This was to signify the difficulty
Make
rating
the
of the
vid
element.
louder. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm gonna pause. Does the video actually need to be louder? The audio is fine. No. Okay.
Level, going from easiest to hardest.
Like, I've
with the
turned it up
12
17
being
times.
The hardest. There were no requests for quality control. You were free to do exactly as you wished with the
It's
levels you
rage
chose to
baiting me.
build. If you were successfully assigned to the team, you will be given a total of 5 levels in the series to build on your own. It was an incredibly big project, but Arco
Okay,
was
this guy
ambitious
keeps failing
and
this
eager,
part, and
so
it's
he
actually
requested
low-key
anyone
starting
who
to
wanted
bother me. I'm
join if
sorry.
they wished to help
This is
him
easy.
build
I
these
could do
levels.
that.
And on the 13th
Sorry.
of April 2014, Arco announced on Geometry World that he had every creator that was required to complete the series. Everyone had a total
What?
of 5 separate levels to make.
Oh, so
in the
this is
series,
big
with
then,
the
huh?
exception of the final creator, who had to make 8 of them.
Put
the
the
only
bits towards the
requirement
meet
from
and
the
greet.
creators was to make at least one of the 5 designated levels into an auto level, which meant that it was a level that would be completed without any player input. 2 of the creators in the series, Megadeer and Minus, has some popular examples of Arco's request being fulfilled.
Oh.
However, fast forward to 2022 and I can tell you that this project did not end up finishing. By only including the official
Oh.
levels that Arco proved to be part of the series, they did not even finish
Sad
half of the
pack.
maps they set out to make. Through research, as of the 19th of October 2022, the number of documented element levels recorded to be part of the series was 27 out of 118 levels. And that is me being charitable, because some of these levels were never finished or even put into proper production. 8 of these levels were also deleted at one point. You cannot find or play them anymore except for some poor attempts at restoring them on a few select accounts. To say that the project flopped would be an understatement. Barely 20% of what they set out to do was actually finished.
So is that because people just didn't make the levels, right?
Mostly of good quality at the time. Most of the levels that survived ended up being rated, and some of these levels can still be played and seen and rated today. But as hinted at the beginning of this video, what we are going to be focusing on is one of the deleted element levels, which of course is element 111RG.
Oh, this is
also,
deleted.
From this point forward, I'm going to use an acronym to refer to this level because spelling this name out this often is a pain in the ass. I'll be referring to the level as RG. From what can be seen from Arco's list of creators, it doesn't appear as if the name listed to make 111 to 118 is Dark X at all. You will be right in assuming that because even when translated, this name doesn't mean that at all. His username on Geometry World was not Dark X, but these Korean letters, when properly translated into English, meant foldering. Dark X was his main username in-game, which is how we'll refer to him in the video since it is both easier to say and easier to remember. The thing about Dark X though is that he's pretty much just as mysterious as the level itself, if not more so. There are many unique things surrounding this creator that not many others before him or even after him did. The first post Dark X made on Geometry World showed a pretty surprising level of vocabulary compared to everyone else surrounding him. He talks about fixes for the Geometry World forum that he was displeased with, and some of the words he uses are fairly complicated, such as conceit, exalting, dimensionality uses are
Okay, sorry, I just saw pornography and I want to know what he was talking about.
Exalting, dimensionality, compromise, sanctions, and more. A very formal way of speaking.
Don't say I don't know any of these words.
Probably not at an adult age yet. Up until his infamous level was to be released, there wasn't a whole lot in his catalog of finished levels either. The only documented remnant of a previous Dark X level is this, Theory of Clutter, which was only proven in October 2022 to actually be a level he made. He had no indication of level building experience or anything suggesting that he was an incredible player.
Thank you. I don't think I've cursed yet.
That, he carried a surprisingly in-depth knowledge on how difficult gameplay in particular.
That's actually a great reminder.
This was especially reflected in all the different gimmicks that he built in Theory of Clutter and Element 111RG. The way Dark X built gameplay was just odd. He created things that seemed to be very elaborate on the surface, yet when put into execution, it was completely pointless. Theory of Clutter is definitely the best example out of the two levels to showcase this odd creating method, showing multiple sections designed for seemingly no reason, since you can very easily just skip doing anything or just jump over it all. Another interesting concept that Dark X did can be seen by checking the level description of RG. There are a number of different things written here. As established previously, Element Series 12 is clear what that means, as does Rowan Genome, which is the full name of the 111th element. But what about the other two sentences? Well, the ultimate time statement ended up being a reference to the level's song, Time Machine, and that according to Dark X, this was the ultimate level for that song. Now how do we know that? Well, two reasons. The first proof that was found involved one of Dark X's posts on Geometry World. On the 26th of March 2014, Dark X created a post talking about how the new update extended the maximum amount of objects in a level from 6,000 to 8,000 objects. He demonstrated this with an image showing the new maximum amount. But what is particularly curious is the level part being seen on this image. Now it can be very safely assumed that this is a ship part because at the time, it was the only game mode existing in the game that allowed you to make these kinds of movements. But visually, this part is absolutely insane, and it seemed very appropriate that this was RG. Considering that the level Dark X was showing off already had well over 5,800 objects, Dark X would release RG 11 days later, and that the level part looks brutally difficult, it very likely was the level. In this image, there's also a detail that can be seen hidden in plain sight. These yellow lines going from top to bottom on multiple parts of the section. These are BPM lines. The reason they are relevant here is because they are manually arranged by RobTop to a specific song. Before the game had the ability to use custom songs from Newgrounds, for every new song that was added into the game, each song was given specifically arranged BPM lines to help creators figure out how to sync their level. These all look different depending on what song is used.
That's a great feature,
By simple puzzle matching, it can be established which song is used in this level. The only song that remotely matched the order of BPM lines seen in this image was Time Machine, hence the confirmation we needed. Now obviously, this could still be treated as speculative since it isn't actual proof that what has just been said means that this is the level, or that the phrase "the ultimate time" refers to the song. But in case that this isn't enough evidence for you, the second proof should convince you. In recent time, Restoration Union has learned how to data mine existing save files. Now you might think, how would that
What?
possibly help here? Well,
Yeah.
dependent on the contents of the
How is
save
that
file,
even
there is
humanly
something
possible?
called a saved levels folder, which is where a player can keep levels downloaded locally on their device, so that they would not need internet connection to play user levels if they so desired. A GD
Okay.
account's save file keeps this information saved on the account. As it turns out, the developer Rubtub, when writing the code for when saving an account, decided to include the levels stored in the saved levels folder in the save file. This level information includes the level's name, level's ID, the level's song, and the user count of who uploaded the level. And after a long session of collecting save files through people submitting them into a Twitter post or to Restoration Union themselves, we finally found a save file that contained RG, officially
What?
confirming the song to be Time Machine. The ultimate level 3 made the least
Okay.
amount of sense for a long time. An original theory for what this statement implied was that this was Dark X's third level he posted, and since there were no other leads to what it could mean, that theory stuck around for a while. That was until a discovery was found, where Dark X posted a comment on a Geometry World post by Arco, saying he managed to get 6% on RG. The last comment in this post is by Dark X, and it is a pretty lengthy comment, but what is particularly interesting is the level 3 to 4 part of the comment. When this comment is properly translated, it reads out the following. Haha. Originally, the purpose of making the level was to make same difficulty level like the Hell series, Hazard Sector, Silent Club, Demoness. The
Wait,
current level
is Silent Club isn't Silent Club Step? Or was it? You can... No.
of Atomic Number
That's what I
series
thought.
111 to
I didn't think it
118,
came out this-
and Rowan
this
Genome
early on.
difficulty is between level 3 and 4. From what Darkx is describing in his comments,
someone
the
made
level 3
Silent Club
statement
Step
appears
after
to be his
Silent
own
Club was
personal
already a
way
thing.
of ranking the difficulty of the level. But apparently, there are higher levels of difficulty suggested by him saying that RG is around level 3-ish 4 difficulty, but the level description ends up deciding on level 3. The ultimate level 3 refers to a difficulty ranking that Darkx didn't consider to be at the very top. A level that remained untested for well over 6 to 7 years in difficulty compared to any other rated level in this game's history was, according
How do
to
you play
Darkx,
this?
only level 3, whereas level 4 and potentially even higher being what the other Darkx element levels would have offered in the 12th sub-series. But I've clearly hyped up RG and Darkx as a creator long enough. So, let's proceed onto the story of the actual level. Based off the documented findings, RG became the 5th finished element level uploaded by what Arco deemed to be the official team of creators.
The 5th?
Darkx uploaded the level on the 7th of April 2014 and took only 3 days to get rated on the 10th. And as soon as it did, Geometry World had a new massive topic to talk about. The same day as the level got rated, the forum went crazy, posting identical messages of the exact same part, which is the beginning of the level here, with a very specifically made jump. Everyone went on to repeat the exact same statement. The level was completely insane, some people even going as far as calling the creator an absolute lunatic. For a full day, the level's difficulty would not even be beaten in practice mode, and the unnerved version of the level was just impossible for players to get through. It was simply too difficult, whatever it may have been, and in almost every single post about the level, you could see Darkx in the comment sections be very pleased and smug with the reactions he's getting. If not that, he would once more present his surprisingly in-depth knowledge of the game and how to approach these timings everyone are stuck on. It appeared crazy for everyone
Modern
in the community
Shakespeare,
how
huh?
someone with only their 2nd level upload being one of the hardest rated levels the game had ever seen, and remained as such for many years to come. At the
Yeah,
time,
look doable.
no one reached the end. On Geometry World, the furthest players got
Yo,
in an
thanks to the
attempt to
fun-
reach the end in practice
follow,
mode was
Humongous.
41%. And
What's
they
up,
all
Skip?
gave up there for unknown reasons. No one knew at the time how the full level looked like, since no one could actually see it all for themselves. How is this possible? Was the level speed hacked, like some older impossible levels before? Was it perhaps exploited?
Pasta,
and
we'll do it
glitched
after
to be
this,
uploaded
remind me.
somehow? Well, literally the next day, on the 11th of April 2014, players
Sorry, I had to pause. I can smell you from Germany, Toph. Get off clip farming and go take a shower. First time message.
found out what was going on. Now, going into the details of how players exactly uploaded old, ridiculously hard or impossible levels is a very long and detailed story to go through, so let's leave that alone. If you want more details on that aspect, have a look at the history of hacking
Oh
video
my,
I made,
another
discussing majority of methods on how
hour-long,
to do so. But to
310K
quickly
views?
establish the case of RG,
Oh, he ate off
the way
that
the level
video.
was released was in hindsight
Oh,
fairly
he ate.
simple. This level was uploaded by utilizing a very clever secret way, hidden in plain sight. As a matter of fact, it was available already 3% into the level. For those who haven't seen the level before, let's see if you can spot it here in the beginning with me just playing the normal route.
Becky, don't type balls. Okay.
Did you notice anything? Well, if you had a keen eye, you may have noticed that this platform up here was possible to jump on top. However, it didn't seem to benefit to anything, because it didn't seem to lead anywhere, except towards a massive structure covered in spikes.
Oh, can't you do the flying thing on the edge of the block?
Hold on, I might be cooking. Hiding in. If the player managed to get up to this platform, all they had to do was make one final jump towards this left side corner without hitting the spike. If you lined up the jump just right, all you had to do was hold the jump button and watch the magic unfold. What? Literally perfect. If you pull this off, you beat the level. This path would take you all the way to the end with no further obstacles, and everything brutally difficult in the level
Wait, he's gotta have done that on purpose.
Interpreted as a complete joke. The first mention of the secret way on Geometry World was posted by Star on the 11th of April, and the news spread like wildfire. Everyone began to beat the level using the secret way and got themselves a free demon completed on their account. One of the players that got 41 on the main path of RG in practice mode, Integral, even made a statement on the forum calling Dark X out. It pretty much was a statement from Integral and the people who were unhappy with the brutal difficulty, and said that he would be much better creator if he didn't make levels this difficult in the future. As such, Integral suggested to Dark X that if he made the level much easier and closed off the secret way to beat the level legitimately, the decoration would be good enough to justify it as a good level, and Dark X responded, saying that he would make the level easier and block off the secret way. Dark X at the time had already begun building the next element level in his sub-series, Element 112CN, but Dark X announced on the 12th of April that his elemental map series upload had been postponed, presumably to try and restore RG to its former glory for its brutal difficulty. During the day, Dark X would spend his time doing what he could to nerf the level and block off the secret way, and in a day's work, he would be done and release a new, easier version of RG on the 13th of April as stated by GW Unicorn on Geometry World. Now, from here on out, there's going to be some confusion in details because a lot of what was said regarding the level in the upcoming days are mostly just unconfirmed statements. Some of them were never unraveled and have remained a mystery to this day. The first example of this is the nerfed version. Supposedly, the secret way that Star showcased on the 11th was fixed, and the level was also nerfed to be easier, as evidenced by what GW Unicorn stated. But apparently, there was a secret way in the level still, considering that Dark X really wasn't good enough for the game to release a level that hard. The location of this new secret way is completely unknown. There's even a post a player made on about where to find the new secret way, since the original one had been blocked off. The players that did know about the location of the secret way had no interest in sharing it, but they evidently kept using it, one of which was Integral himself. Despite the easier version that the players were offered, no one attempted to get through it and stuck to the secret way, which once more had nothing stopping you on the way to the end. As such, the problem continued, and players kept beating the level using a secret way, with the main path still being way too difficult. What this new secret way was has never been found. At this point, you might be wondering, where was RobTub during all of this? Wouldn't he be questioning the legitimacy of the level at this point, or be willing to unrate it? Okay, let's back up a few days to right before the level was rated. I did say at the beginning of this video that RG was very likely rated as a result of using the newly released features from the 1.6 update, which yes, this was definitely a contributing fact. But there's one part about RobTub's story that is very strange. Early in the morning on the 10th of April, the user Honor made a post on Geometry World. Remember this name because I will be talking about him a lot later. In this post, he showcased that he had contacted RobTub through his support email, which at the time was a reasonable thing to do because the game was not that big yet. It is unsure what the full email said, but it is assumed that Honor asked RobTub to rate RG since the level had no secret way, which of course was a lie, but the GW community did not know this yet. But RobTub's response to this email was rather peculiar. It read as the following: there was a way that could be abused that I blocked. Set as demon. Please do not spam send emails. Best, Robert. Now, keep in mind that this statement was made on the 10th of April 2014, and this is very likely what gave the final push for RG to be rated in the first place. But given that the GW community would not find the secret way until a day later, what is RobTub referring to here? What path needed to be blocked? If we assume that this was a secret way he blocked off, why would RobTub consciously choose to rate this level if he found a secret way? If there were two secret ways in the level for some reason, that wouldn't make much more sense either. If Dark X was trying to hide the fact that he beat the level with a secret way, why would you double the chances of someone finding it? Not only that, but the idea of Ropetop going into a user's level to change something himself is practically unheard of. There are no documented cases before this point where Ropetop himself edited a level to make sure it was appropriate for a raid. If he went into the level to block out a path, did he not notice the rest of the level's insane difficulty? For those part of the GD community that know very well how integrated hacking has become in the community, you have to remember this is back in 2014. The idea of cheating when uploading a level was still relatively unheard of, and Ropetop would be very upset to see you hacking or cheating in order to upload or beat a level. There's even a comment from Ropetop himself in the RG comment section saying once more that there was a path that could be abused but he blocked it. What this actually means though is still a mystery, and the only one who could potentially answer this question is Ropetop himself, because there are no indications of what he's actually
Put that down in the notes. When I get in the call with him, I'll ask him
for what this actually means, but I unfortunately don't. This remains a mystery to this day. Now, going back to the level, RG was updated to be easier, the first secret way was blocked off, and the new one appeared somewhere so nothing was resolved, with ensuring it was legitimately beaten. Given all the controversy that have been surrounding Dark X for these past 4 days, Arco decided to kick the creator off the team in an effort to push for legitimately released levels. But Arco was not particularly happy doing that, as he still wanted levels this brutally difficult on the 12th sub-series. So he once more requested the Geometry World Forum for help on the 14th of April and asking if 2 creators were willing to take Dark X's place in creating the remaining element levels from 112 to 118. Arco announced 2 days later the creators who took Dark X's spot were Sundal and Palin. Sundal was given 112 to 115, and Palin was given 116 to 118. And with that, Arco and his team moved on to continue making element levels, and Dark X was left on his own. And for those that wonder, no, these 2 creators did not end up releasing any of the levels they were assigned to make. Today in 2022, me and others were even fortunate enough to get in contact with one of these creators, Palin.
Really?
But as we had a word with him, he stated that while he had begun making one level, which apparently was element 115MC, nothing ever came out of it. And since Sundal very likely did nothing either, RG ended up being the only official contribution to the 12th subcategory of the element series. One thing worth mentioning at this point was that the day prior to Arco's announcement of Dark X being kicked, on the 13th of April 2014, Dark X would make his final post on the Geometry World Forum. The title of the post, when translated into English, said, "Let's ignore the views." It was followed by 2 sentences that gave pretty blunt statements. When translated, it reads the following: "It'll stop one day because there is no reason to go on.
You're getting the call with Kai Cenat
anyway, so let's ignore it." Now, it is a bit unclear what he actually meant here, but it is assumed to relate to the backlash he got from uploading a level this difficult without legitimately beating it. Back in the early days of the game, the idea of releasing a very difficult level was seen as a negative. You would be getting dislikes on the level if a player could not beat a level easily or get stuck on something they didn't understand. Combine that with players finding out you have uploaded a really hard level illegitimately, and players would go out of their way to essentially destroy you with backlash and criticism. Dark X's final post is very likely in reference to how the community behaved regarding this subject. This ended up being the final trace Dark X left to the Geometry Dash community, which gives his departure a bit of a sour ending. With RG only being played for the free demon ever since it was found, it wouldn't take long until Ropetop finally noticed what was going on with the level. As such, the next day on the 15th of April 2014, Super SNSD would finally make a new mention of RG after his 2 posts regarding the insane difficulty. The title, when translated into English, read out as 111RG completion that I deliberately didn't upload. It presents one image showing off RG being unrated, alongside with the user Dark X having been changed to unknown as a creator of the level. Super SNSD himself stated that he did not want to show off this level as an achievement because of the fact that he beat it with a secret way, much like everyone else. Quoting Super SNSD regarding Dark X himself, "I was thinking they're nothing short of a clown. Thanks for the stars, but don't brag about releasing a hacked level and putting secret ways in it." Now, that would be the general story for this level. After this, Dark X disappears from the Geometry World community, removing his personal blog on Naver to never return to this game. For some of you, that might be where the story ends. The level was unrated and forgotten about, and the creator abandoned the game as soon as the level lost its rate. But it's actually not quite where the story ends with this level. Pay attention, because this is where the story and details for this level start to become really strange and interesting. As I mentioned before, this was a level that was deemed the hardest demon in the game when it came out. There are well over 35 levels that have at one point been deemed as the hardest demon at the time by a decent chunk of players. But there's one thing that RG in particular is unique compared to every other level of its kind. It's gone. Without a trace. At some point the level had disappeared, been deleted from the servers. There is a post on Geometry World later in August 2014 talking about RG. and how the level has mysteriously vanished. Even DarkX's older level, Theoria Clutter, was nowhere to be found anymore, although it is unconfirmed if that level was deleted then or later. But yes, this ridiculously hard level with its infamous difficulty that Robtop for some strange reason decided to raid
But he had
was
the
lost
editor
forever,
footage
with
of
barely
it.
any
No?
traces of its existence. So, back in early 2019, when I became really invested in this level's story, I decided to go research to try and find out if I could find the remnants of the level, or even find if the level was still out there. What I did not know though was that this single decision would create years of frustration, desperation, and pure hatred for the convenient problems every single time I was asked about if the level had been found. I felt the need every single time to go through the whole rigmarole of bullshit that me and others have endured as if
chill
I
on the
was an
cursing.
80-year-old pensioner. Now, I'm not going to discuss exactly what I did the entire process because that would mean going through details that me and others know today are incorrect, which would just create confusion in this video. But I will, however, establish a timeline of events that were found and will be relevant eventually. So what can currently be established on this timeline? Well, let's start from the beginning. DarkX joins the official team for the Element series on the 17th of March 2014, and it can be
Everyone
safely
pay attention.
assumed that this is
Type
when
your ums
RG
in the
was
chat.
truly being made. DarkX teased the existence of this level unintentionally on the 26th of March 2014 by showcasing a ship section in a random part of the level. Then finally, on the 7th of April, RG was released and the level was then rated 3 days later. It would only take a day after the level was rated that on the 11th of April, the secret way was found by other players, and they would chastise him for not uploading a level legitimately. On the 13th, DarkX would release the nerfed update that would make the main path easier and block off the secret way, but then open up another one somewhere else. Players kept using the secret ways to beat the level, and DarkX would end up leaving the Geometry World community entirely by making his final post on the forum the same day. With the secret way still being used by everyone, the level was unrated on the 15th of April, and the level was also confirmed to be removed by Orca on the 15th of August that same year. Through some extensive research, there's another aspect that could be confirmed and listed here. One aspect that was pretty important to figure out was when RG was officially deleted. Now this might seem like a random fact to figure out, and I'll go through in more detail why this was so important later, but for now, just accept that we need this information. We know that on a rough estimate, the level was uploaded between 7th of April and 15th of April 2014. And since there is no definitive way of knowing when this level was deleted, it was assumed that at an unknown point, after the 15th of April, the level was officially gone. A 4-month-long estimate between 15th of April to 15th of August 2014 is still pretty big, but there are ways to make this estimate a lot smaller by looking into one detail. Back in the old versions of the game, for some of these versions it was impossible as a player to remove and upload a level. That feature did not exist yet, which sounds pretty brain dead all things considered, but that was how the game used to be. When RG was uploaded in the 1.6 update, this feature still didn't exist. And what this meant is that even if DarkX wanted to, he could not remove his levels from the servers.
So
the
it
only one
was
who could do
Robert.
that was Robtop himself. That, however, was until the next update came out, the 1.7 update, where the option to delete your uploaded levels was finally added. This update came out on the 21st of May 2014, which immediately shortens the gap for when the level was potentially removed, with well over a month. There are a couple of additional aspects that would theoretically allow us to decrease the gap even further, but they can only be treated as speculative facts without proper foundation. As such, we can add to the timeline that the level was deleted between 21st of May to 15th of August 2014. The new timeline can then be presented as the following. So there we are. We have the general timeline of events presented for RG, and this will become more relevant as the research for finding the level goes on. But for now, let's begin with the basic ideas that popped up in my head first. As established previously, RG was already gone from the servers. Searching for the level today, you will find endless copies, but this was after I had made these old videos before. Back in 2019, you would not find a single level called Element 111 RG. There were no copyables anywhere, no autos uploaded, and as such, the game itself would be completely useless in attempting to find a level. So, outside sources were considered, and immediately, perhaps, there were YouTube videos uploaded showcasing parts of the level. It was 2014 after all, so YouTube had already reached insane levels of popularity. Maybe there would be videos of the level on there, but nope, there was literally nothing. There might be more if you would dig really deep into YouTube, but there's no feature for looking back into old uploaded videos on YouTube. Plus, in today's day and age, it is now filled with people who have attempted to fake themselves finding the real level all over the place, which has only made it more difficult to actually find anything useful, which is just lovely. So YouTube as a source of research was pretty much abandoned pretty quickly, since it was pretty much unusable. So another method of trying to find a level had to be arranged. The next idea involved the service Everyplay, which if you haven't heard of this service before, Everyplay was a free mobile game replay platform that allows you to record your attempts in levels, which in Geometry Dash is seen as a trademark at the end of an attempt. Or if
I've
the
never
level
seen
was
that
beaten.
before.
Everyplay was a rather popular feature in other mobile games such as Crossy Road and Drive Ahead, with the
Oh,
Geometry Dash being one of
Crossy
the
Road.
popular examples among them. What this meant is that a ton of Geometry Dash videos are on their database, which could
They
be a
got removed?
collection of anything.
Okay.
And given that this application is integrated into the game and was the main method of recording videos of the game back in 2014,
Oh, I played this level.
finding RG in that database seems like a decent possibility. But then the reality of the situation
I think that's
set in.
Clutterfunk.
My research on finding this level began in January 2019, but the Everyplay service discontinued on the 1st of October 2018, and the collection of videos that were never downloaded from the website are now unavailable to access. It is unknown if the Everyplay team ever deleted the catalog of videos, but even if those video files were still accessible, it would be unreasonable to even try to get a hold of them. So the Everyplay method to try and find the level also failed, as it is too late to try and use that database. With the two simplest methods of attempting to find footage of the level thrown out the window, I had to get a little creative. Now some of you may have already been thinking or considering to just continue searching in the Geometry World forum on Naver, and yes, this is exactly what me and others began to do. The most obvious search to do first was element 111RG, but the thing is, this is a Korean forum, meaning English words were usually not seen. So for more
No.
consistency, the best term to search for would just be 111RG. This gives us a total of 20 posts, but unfortunately, none of them yielded anything that we didn't already know. I have already shown you majority of them in the first half of the video when talking about the level story, and most of them just show the first 5% of the level or the secret way. But there were a couple of unique instances that are worth mentioning, one of which is a post from Bekid9442, or Honor, as he was called back then, on the 11th of April.
Oh, that's the guy from
2014.
earlier, I remember.
The title of the
Uh-huh.
post read out as "I can always make an auto," and Honor, or Bekid, ends up describing how he would be able to build an automatic version of any level of your choice. If you sent him images of the level and the details of every color trigger, Bekid would be able to rebuild an automatic version of the level of your choice.
What?
Assuming you didn't send him useless images like this cluster of color triggers lacking proper information. And who would end up being interested in seeing this done to their level? Well, none other than DarkX himself, of course. DarkX requested Bekid to create an automatic version of RG, and while Bekid seemed to be reluctant to do so, given the way his response was written, he agreed to do it. DarkX followed up with the question, how long will it take? Bekid stated that it would not even take a day to do this, laughing it off. Bekid also requested DarkX to stop messaging him through emails and instead do the more normal thing,
No.
creating
Someone
posts,
hacked the emails.
which has been shown repeatedly throughout this entire video. And DarkX's response here really speaks a lot of his character regarding RG. He says that no one has beaten RG yet, so he cannot post any pictures. So yeah, the lack of coverage of the level was deliberate. DarkX wanted to keep parts of the level hidden. Now I understand why he did this. He wanted to treat the level as a sort of story that he preferred to not show until it was beaten by someone else. But ignoring the fact that he said this after requesting a different creator to create an automatic version of the level, but with the level being so brutally insane for its time and even today, what did he expect here? That someone somehow was going to beat a level harder than anything else that had been released at the time, which was already completely unbeatable with players' skill level back in 2014. Either way, going back to the conversation that DarkX had with Bekid again, Bekid responds with just saying, fair enough, but continues motioning the statement that using email is very uncomfortable and impractical.
Who's gonna
in
hack the
today's
email?
day and
I know
age.
one of you guys is a good hacker.
DarkX finally complies and tells Bekid that he will post the necessary images on his Naver blog. Now, don't be confused by this terminology, it is just a personal blog prepped for the website Naver. And before you ask, no, this blog no longer exists and has been deleted probably years ago. Once the images have been uploaded, DarkX will provide a link to Bekid. He finishes his reply by asking once more for reassurance if it will only take a day. This further instates that DarkX really did not want to show any images of the level to anyone. He wanted players to find out how the level looked like the hard way, which clearly no one could. Bekid responds by saying on hindsight, it will probably take
should've
around
just used start
3 days
pause.
to
Am I
finish
right?
making this auto, not just one. Around 40 minutes later, DarkX gives the final response to the conversation with, I sent it through DM, please check. This meant that DarkX sent the entire level of screenshots to Bekid in hopes that he would make an automatic version of the level. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You could just contact Bekid through any means necessary since he still has the account in this forum and ask him to scroll all the way back through DarkX's DMs and find images of the entire level, which would allow it to rebuild the whole level from scratch. Well,
Yeah.
for that to be possible, that would imply that Naver functioned like Discord. It doesn't function like Discord, it functions like Skype. Now, why does that make such a difference?
You have to
For
have them
anyone who
added.
used the Skype before everyone switched to Discord, you would know that an idiotic feature that Skype got was that it would hide the messages between users if the message was old enough. In Skype,
Oh.
messages are stored in the cloud for up to 2 years. After that, they are deleted.
Oh,
In
I didn't
Naver,
know
it
that.
is even
RP
worse.
Skype, by the
there,
way.
they don't even last for a month. They disappear in not even a month, not even a week, but 5 days. So yeah, these messages are long gone. They are never going to be found. What could have survived was if the kid saved the images that he got on his phone, but I've never managed to contact the kid. I've tried for a long time and it has just never worked. But yeah, long story short, DarkX supposedly gave images to the kid through his blog in order for the automatic version of RG to be made. However, I'm also putting emphasis on the word supposedly because strangely enough, even with the images sent, it didn't seem to help. Only about 2 hours later, after DarkX pushed the request, did the kid make a public post called Foldering, calling DarkX out about how making an automated version of RG is near impossible when having to take the images yourself. From what the kid says in this response, some parts are available to build for the auto, but apparently not all of them. It would appear particularly evident that this is the case by the comment from DarkX and Bakid's response to it. As Bakid hoped, DarkX responded to the post by saying, "I'll modify it with my computer now, or I'll surely finish it tomorrow." Bakid's answers would suggest that DarkX gave Bakid some images of the level, but not all of them. DarkX very desperately wanted to ensure that RG remained hidden until there was that one player that was finally able to conquer every part in this brutally difficult level. Now the problem with this vision of his was that it would make Bakid's work toward making an automatic version completely unreasonable, or even impossible, given the skill required to pass the level in just practice mode. But despite the lack of actual encouragement from DarkX to work on making this automatic version, Bakid didn't give up. He did what he could with the material he had to work with, and only 30 minutes after the post Bakid called DarkX out, he would upload a video showcasing the progress of the Element 111 RG Auto, which was great news. This meant
Hold
that
on.
if Bakid was showcasing the progress of building the automatic version with videos, parts of the level could be found that way perfectly fine. Look, there it is. A video ready to play for the auto showcase. Perfect. Let's play and find out what it reveals. Oh. Wonderful. The video was incorrectly recorded, only showing the actual end of the auto, which yes, it does reveal one new section, but in terms of actual gameplay it is practically worthless. Just fantastic. What it does show is a specifically designed structure and a ship portal with a mirror portal stacked on top of it. And unfortunately, this is all that Bakid ever showcased publicly of his work in this automatic version. The next day on the 12th of April, Bakid will be showcasing progress on an entirely different level, which if you're curious was the level called Hazard Sector X by Centhic Alpha. In less than 3 minutes of the post have been uploaded, DarkX would comment to Bakid regarding RG once more. And once more, DarkX is adamant on the idea of not showing the full level to Bakid, but instead encourages Bakid to make up parts on his own instead
Stop
Stop
of
throwing
actually
pennies at me.
following what RG had. It begs the question why DarkX even bothered asking Bakid in the first place if all he wanted was an automatic level mimicking what was available to the general community. It could be that DarkX had this idea of the community needing to take part in a joint effort to figuring out what was actually in the level, and then update the knowledge of the level accordingly. There was a very unique approach to this level's mystery. DarkX wanted to ensure the difficulty of this level remained as confusing and vague as possible. He wanted to ensure that players found out on their own. While this idea sounds very interesting on paper, this would also imply that the community was actually interested in trying to play through probably one of the most unique yet garbage creations the game has ever seen. And while Bakid initially had motivated towards the level being rated only a couple of days ago, it would appear as if he has finally
What's up,
had
Pino?
enough. Bakid responded to DarkX's comment instantly and ended up asking DarkX if he could give up on creating the automatic version of this level, as it was simply too difficult. DarkX never responded to this comment, and we also never saw more of Bakid's automatic version. So unfortunately, once more, we hit a dead end. There were a couple more unique mentions of the level in this manner, like how the user GW Unicorn, who was doing custom level reviews at the time, wanted to cover RG showcasing a ton of images, like how he already did with DarkX's level Theory of Clutter. But unfortunately, none of these searches yielded anything.
Thanks for the follow,
All of them
Pino, I
resulted
appreciate
in
you.
dead ends with nothing gained. No images, no videos, nothing. So, a new method for trying to find anything about the level had to be established. Given what was said about DarkX and how secret he wanted to keep RG, searching DarkX's account for images of the level definitely would not end up being particularly fruitful. As shown previously though, there was one image that DarkX unintentionally left of the level when he spoke about the 1.6 update's increase of object count, which is why we even have this ship part in the first place. But as expected, searching for more on his account would prove to be a waste of time. DarkX kept up with the idea of keeping RG hidden, and that aspect from him stayed true even after leaving the Geometry World community for good. At this point, he would end up going back to the Super Mario community again very briefly, making 3 different posts on the 20th of April 2014. In terms of Naver, this is the last remnants of DarkX being on there. There will be no more activity from this point forward, making things additionally difficult. At this point, I was now over 18 months in the research of attempting to find this level. I was getting desperate, and in that overwhelming sense of despair and agony of wasting hours and hours trying to find a stupid level, I spent well over 50 hours just looking through post after post after post after post and after fucking post on the Geometry World forums, but to no avail. Even after successfully searching through every single image that was posted on the forums, other than the 20% image from Super SNSD shown previously, nothing else would be found on this forum. Geometry World was therefore officially useless. We then went for looking into players that might have still had their old phone and maybe had played RG when the level was still out. No matter who we asked and no matter what player we could think of that might have had the level or played it, did not have the level on their phone or saved anywhere. I then decided to contact Vipren, one of the biggest creators in the entire game, who had direct access to talking to RobTop on Discord. I brought forth the question of whether or not RobTop did backups of his game in the earlier updates, which if he did of the 1.7 update, RG might still be on it. We would probably never ever be given an actual copy of the game's contents from the developer himself. That would just be outrageous to expect, but it would be reassuring to know that it is available in a safe location. But Vipren filled me in on the fact that RobTop only began to do backups of his game more recently in 2017, way after RG was already long gone. With all the methods considered, contacting every single person we could think of who might have had the level on their old phone, looking through every single social media platform with images and videos available, this is where most people would resign themselves to the fact that they aren't going to find this goddamn level. But then, we had a breakthrough. In early October 2022, me and my friends discovered something pretty interesting. By looking at one of the first Geometry World posts by Arco from the 27th of December 2013, there was a certain image posted, showcasing a list of Korean names of files and applications. What we see on the center of it is Geometry-Lite 1.40. Now, don't be confused by the new term Lite, that is essentially the free demo version that can be downloaded of the game. But the interesting part about this is the app being used in this image, which is called Titanium Backup. I had never heard of this app before up until this point, but with a simple Google search, their website describes their application as a backup utility for Android that backs up your system and user applications along with their data on external storage of your choice. You may think, why would this even be relevant here? Someone backs up their current version of the game and now they have it stored elsewhere. Cool. Why is this so special? Well, considering that the app says it backs up the user applications along with their data, this becomes relevant because of how Geometry Dash used to work. For most of 2014, the game did not have a proper account system. An account only existed through the mobile device the player was using. It was defined using the device's UDID, which stands for Unique Device Identifier. Now, this is a bunch of computer and hardware yada yada, so let's leave that alone. But in short, imagine the phone used to play the game on as the save file. It only exists there. And because Geometry Dash has always been a buggy little piece of shit, players losing all of their stats became rather frequent in even such simple matters as updating the game version. So players took matters into their own hands and backed their save file manually through the usage of Titanium Backup. Doing this, you also backed up the save file, and this is what was really precious. If you remember a bit earlier in the video, I stated that knowing when the level was roughly deleted was important to figure out, since it gives us a proper estimate. If someone happened to back up the game who had recently played RG, this meant that this player had RG as a Titanium backup. The time period we would very much prefer to receive a backup from is between the 7th of April to 21st of May 2014. The idea almost seemed too good to be true, so me and others decided to try and reach out to all players who had shown themselves to be using the app. And incredibly, the first player I actually managed to reach out to regarding the app was Arco himself, the host of the Element series, who 100% played RG when it came out. So I had a word with him and I asked him about the Titanium Backup app, trying to see if he still had his old phone and backups. And even though his images of him using this app was over 8 years ago, he still had them. He had backups of the game, plus his save files from 2014. This is it! We're going to find a level and be able to see it with our own eyes. Look! There they are. Arco gave me his backups, all of them from 2014. This is incredible. Look, Arco even has his old phone he played RG on, which if you needed more proof that the level used Time Machine, there you have it. He has it still downloaded on his phone. We can just ask Arco to play the level, send us the images of what he's playing, and we can finally solve this mystery once and for... Ah, it wasn't in the top 20 most recently played levels on his phone. Well, I suppose that is understandable, but surely the titanium backups will be where we could finally find this level and how it looked like once and for all. With multiple backups too, there's a bigger chance that... Oh. The earliest backups are from October and November 2014, a few months after RG was confirmed deleted. I mean, could anything else be expected differently at this point? But okay, now, since I glossed over a statement here, let me go back a little. Why did it matter that RG was in the top 20 most recently played levels? Well, you see, as I said earlier in the video, the local levels folder will keep downloaded levels on your account for you, but to a certain extent. By default, the 20 most recently downloaded levels will stay on the mobile device locally, but as soon as a downloaded level is out of this top 20, that local backup of the level itself is immediately gone to save space. Perfectly understandable in terms of game development, but absolutely unbearable for trying to find this godforsaken level. This one really hurt. We had a brilliant idea on how to actually find this garbage level, and here we are back at square one again. We've tried to ask others as well about the backups, but unfortunately for most of them it is just too late. Most people got rid of their backups in old mobile devices years ago, and that is perfectly understandable. I got rid of my old phone I used in 2014 years ago, so why would this be any different? This left us empty-handed again, and perhaps there's someone out there with a titanium backup containing a save file, but it is somewhat doubtful at this rate. We've asked other users who we knew used the app back in the day, but from the making of this script and video, it has only concluded in two other results. Number 1. The player in question was impossible to contact or under certain circumstances unreachable, despite us knowing their whereabouts. And number 2, we've either missed the ability of accessing their backups by a few years or at worst, a few months before this video was made. But the actual reality of the situation here means that potentially the level could still today be stored somewhere out there on an external device. As I mentioned previously, the titanium backup backs up your system and user applications along with their data on external storage of your choice. Your choice. This application allows you to choose where you store these files. While most people definitely just store them locally on their phone, the option to store them elsewhere was also possible. The application allowed you to store these files to programs like Dropbox and Google Drive, which for anyone who has used a computer in the last 10 years will know that these accounts will stay up, including their contents, even after all this time. But unfortunately, we believe the majority of GD players who use this app did not actually do this. That being said though, there's genuinely a pretty big chance that someone out there has an old GD backup just sitting on their Dropbox.
I mean, yeah, but it's going to be impossible to find it.
The question is if the person that would have this is someone we even know about. There is a chance that someone out there, out of the 1,000 players that downloaded this garbage level when it came out, that they happened to create a titanium backup of the game with the level downloaded and readily available locally to play. But I highly doubt that this person will ever be found. And now, we have finally arrived at the point where we have mentioned every method we could to try and find the actual level. And clearly, no matter what we came up with, no matter what research method we used, we were met with a dead end every single time. So now what? Well, there was only one thing we felt could be done. Restoring the level based off images and memory. Now what does that mean, you may think? Well, it means that me and others have to dedicate ourselves to building everything from the ground up. Every image that exists of this level will be used as a reference to recreate the level as accurately as possible. For the parts that we don't have the images of, we will be asking the players who play the level what they remembered was placed where. This ended up being a process that took well over 2 years to get to the point where the restoration is now. As such, here's a thinned down but stupidly complicated story on what was found and built. This is going to be a step-by-step demonstration where we are going to be describing 3 separate aspects of the restoration. First is the normal restoration, which involves using images taken from back when the level still existed, such as gameplay parts, background and object colors, level descriptions and other details. Second is the theorized restoration, where it is not 100% certain that what was built was in the real level, but is more a scenario of this is very likely what is there. And thirdly, the filler gameplay, where unfortunately there is no clues, no foundations or any theories for what could possibly be in these sections, so some filler gameplay has been added to compensate. In total, 23% of the entire level was made through normal restoration, 66% was made through theorized restoration, and 11% was made through filler gameplay. I will discuss these aspects in order of accuracy, meaning that the normal restoration aspect will be discussed first. So as mentioned, one important aspect we needed to consider first is what we knew 100% existed in this level. We know the level name is Element 111RG, We know the song is Time Machine, we have Dark X's editor image, and we have all of these images that were taken of the actual level being played in game. I will also say that I have deliberately withheld information from you all, and certain images and posts were found regarding what was in RG. They will be mentioned in this section of the video when they become relevant, but we will start off by adding all the confirmed to exist parts.
Oh my
that
god.
would be the first 5%, the full secret way,
Still
the
24
two ship
minutes
parts
left.
shown by Dark X and Super SNSD, and the ending of the level. These are 100% what was in the level.
Locking
The
in.
only actual complication with rebuilding these sections was the ending, and how it was rather difficult figuring out where the level actually ended. Did it end when the song ended? Did it go on for a few more blocks? Did it perhaps end 10 seconds before the song was even finished playing? There wasn't a proper way of figuring it out, it seemed, so we had to get a bit creative. We thankfully had two different references that ended up being a perfect reference point for establishing the true length of this level. Dark X's editor screenshot and Super SNSD's post Are You Lunatic? By using the BPM lines method mentioned previously in the video, we can determine exactly where in the level the shipboard shown by Dark X was meant to be. We at the time cannot figure out where it was vertically, other than knowing it wasn't on the ground. Alongside this image, we also have Super SNSD's image of him claiming he could not get further in the level than 20%. We know that Dark X's ship part comes before Super SNSD's, which helps us out immensely. If we combine the three different parts, Dark X's ship part, Super SNSD's ship part, and the final part, by determining the percentage difference between the final part and Super SNSD's ship part, it will give us the correct placement. We can also double check this by seeing if the parts at the very beginning still has the appropriate percentage based off what can be seen in progress bars. And with that, we figured out where another ship part in RG was located. There's a small chance that the ship is slightly off, but there's unfortunately no real way of finding that out. Now of course, some people might say that this was obviously what Dark X did with the ending of the level, since it is synchronized perfectly, but given what was done in Theoria Clutter or even other transitions in RG in terms of sync, that is never a guarantee, so we wanted to be on the safe side. Lucky for us, the final part of the level was synced perfectly in relation to the two ship parts. And now, the final reference that we have of the actual level was through Bkids' Broken Auto video showcasing this ship portal and the structures. According to the video, this ship portal was 15 seconds into the level, hence it was placed approximately right after the secret way. And in terms of footage and images, this is all we have. There are no images or resources that helps us build anything specific from this point forward, or at least it seemed to be initially. One aspect that ended up being very important to get right was how the secret way was built. It actually ended up coming in handy with figuring out how long the part above was supposed to be. As shown previously, on the 11th of April 2014, the Korean user Star took a number of screenshots of the known secret way, which was very beneficial in rebuilding it. However, the secret way has some hidden details that aren't directly visible unless you're looking for them. Now, if you aren't familiar with how objects work when they go off screen, this can be somewhat controlled. You can with triggers decide how objects are meant to enter and exit off screen, and in this instance, they move in and out vertically, which reveals some pretty interesting stuff. With that in mind, let's take a closer look at the images of the secret way. On this image, there are two extra details that are pretty important. On the far left, there's this very specific spike formation which realistically will be part of the upper structure. To this day, even knowing what the gameplay above the secret way is, the intent of these spikes are really confusing since they don't serve a purpose to anything. It is just assumed that they're there to serve as a visual aspect. The other detail in this image is much more subtle but can be seen at the top right of this image. There's a half spike with approximately 4 blocks below it shown by the fade-in effect of the objects. So now that we know that these things existed on the upper structure, the current purpose of these
I'd rather
is
die.
unknown. Another detail that serves a
In
great
GTA,
purpose
of
is the
course.
second last image provided at the secret way, where a very small detail can be seen on the
Not
top
reacting for
right.
free, mud.
It is a corner block with its solid corner at the bottom right, meaning that there are definitely more structures above it. This gives
Okay,
a motivating
okay,
factor.
I'm gonna hit a pause because I need to my brain's fried. Okay, could someone tell me what's the point? Like, no offense, this is pretty cool, but cause they recreating it. I know, but they can't though. It's physically impossible to recreate this level because you just don't have all the information. It's like starting a puzzle that you can't complete because you know there's going to be missing pieces. What's the point? It's like asking what's the point in theories.
In regards to Bakit's
Well, he already did the theory. Now he's like trying to do the experiment without all the tools. How are you doing? I'm doing great, you pickle.
Auto can be assumed that they were connected.
We're locked in on this video.
Find out the likely length of this entire section above the secret way.
You know, YouTube watchers, if you're still here, to comment
the first 15 seconds plus 2 ship
comment
sections that
I want a pizza in the comments.
Level. The ending is still far away, so there's no point talking much about that right now. The big issue we have now, of course, is that the part above the secret way is missing. But before talking about that, I need to mention 2 important users that became a hugely integral part of the restoration of RG. Firstly, we have Pamke, who contributed the most to the restoration of major parts. Back when I had released the very first video showcase of RG, where I had declared that after 2 years of searching all that could be found were 2 or 3 different parts, Pamke put a comment to this video a year later. He declared that he did remember things from the level and was willing to help out with figuring out the rest. Now, of course, you may ask, why would we trust the words of what one person said about what they remembered of the level? They could be telling lies for all we know. Well, the answer to why we trusted Pamke at all was that we didn't. We took what Pamke said for granted and rolled with it until the first video presenting a full showcase of RG came out. Since my channel was big enough to be noticed by a sizable portion of the community, we assumed that if someone who had played the level would be able to remember or recognize the restored parts that Pamke claimed to have remembered, we would end up with people backing up the existence of the restored sections. This was before the level was publicly known and so popular as it is today, so it wouldn't be reckless to see commenters claiming they remember the level for the sake of publicity. And luckily, that is exactly what ended up happening. Commenters with barely any connection to Geometry Dash claiming what they remembered or thought. The next player would be the Korean player GW Sak, who was one of the few players back in 2014 who managed to get 41% on RG in practice mode. He was able to prove this by showing his account on Geometry World and even updating one of his old posts from September 2014 with a cute "Hi Storm" to signify that it is indeed him. GW Sak claimed to have been inspired by RG when building some of his old levels, one of which being his level Leap of Mistrust, but I'm getting ahead of myself here. GW Sak remembered very specific and unique timings in RG as it had plentiful of them, many of which had never been seen in a rated level before. I'll be showing off these timings that he remembered when we get to them in the level. With the 2 users established in the story, let's keep going with restoring RG. Now we have arrived at easily the most frustrating part of the entire level to try and restore. This god-forsaken section above the secret way. It was completely unfathomable to us for years on how one of the first parts in the level had been completely forgotten by absolutely everyone. But parts after this section players had an easier time remembering. For the longest time, we did not know, neither did anyone else, what was actually above the secret way, which always really confused me. How could players remember sections that came after this one, but not the part where players were first introduced to the true difficulty of this level? Towards the end of our research, it felt like an impossible task, and it felt like we had to give up completely in actually finding anything substantial. However, that was until one of the Restoration Union members, Nali, who were granted the admin role on the Geometry World forums, we actually managed to find something. As admin, they are able to look at some deleted posts and their information. Any images or videos in deleted posts are unfortunately gone forever, but comments still remain, which is what Nali managed to find. Amazingly, he found a comment from Dark X where he literally described the entire part.
Wait, how did they not find this before?
Which almost sounds too good to be true, but here we are. These 3 comments were on a now deleted post about RG, and it is unknown who made the original post. But Dark X posted 3 very useful comments in this post, and putting them together, the full quote read out as the following. While this was extremely helpful, it does still have vague details. The first statement is rather self-explanatory. One of the 2 mirror portals can be seen from the secret way. It is just a straightforward automatic section where 2 gravity portals catch you and send you upwards towards a quadruple spike jump. The ball part is also pretty self-explanatory. It is a fairly...
Wait, I just looked over at the YouTube chat, sorry I gotta pause again. These guys are literally just like singing chicken... Steve's Lava Chicken. I want a chicken pot pie. These guys are singing the Minecraft song on my YouTube chat.
Ball section with a few frames of leeway for each time. But what makes this section brutal is the fact that Dark X decided to be batshit insane and add a mirror portal for every single jump. For those unaware, a mirror portal flips the camera horizontally and plays through an entire animation to do so. If you put mirror portals this close to each other, it ends up being a visual mess and you cannot see where you are going in the slightest. Very garbage, but it is great progression for restoring RG. The next quote was very confusing though. Reading it at face value, Dark seems to be describing 6 standard spike jumps with a mirror portal on top of each of them. For someone who doesn't know difficulty in this game too much, compared to everything else before this point, these jumps are a joke in comparison. It seemed really off for a level to go from being near impossible to suddenly being very easy. Something was definitely off, but with GW Sachs's guidance, he was able to pinpoint us to what Dark was referring to. Now, this is a very old school gameplay technique I'm going to be mentioning here, so I will need to give a description for how this gimmick works. These 2 portals are gravity portals. The
Yes.
yellow one reverses your gravity and the blue one brings your gravity back to normal again. Very simple stuff. However, players figured out that if you were to stack them on top of each other, you get some very interesting results. Depending on the amount of portals stacked on top of each other and what kind of gravity portal was placed last, this cluster of portals will immediately send you flying towards a specific direction. The creator Son0924 and his Hell series levels was the first popular instance of this gimmick being used, and he appropriately named them sinkers. According to GW Sack, this is what Dark was implying, and that makes much more sense, since this, much like the previous ball part, is a disgusting idea and near impossible. Perfect for RG. However, there is a problem.
Logan, welcome to the
With
stream,
everything
bro.
that Dark described in his quote for the whole part, it is not quite enough to fill in for a whole section. For someone who tried to make a near impossible garbage mess, I find it hard to believe that Dark will let
Yeah,
you
thanks for
rest
the follow,
for 2
Logan.
seconds of nothing, while everything else around the section was stupidly hard. There's a tiny section missing. Thankfully, this is where GW Sack comes in and speaks on what he remembers in this part. Apart from all the spammy garbage seen in this section, there's one unique timing that he remembers from this level. The timing was arranged like this, which, yeah, I don't think you need an explanation for why this is so hard if you played Geometry Dash before. But what is incredible here is that this makes the whole section fit. The length of all 4 separate parts put together fits this section perfectly. The length is just right. The first 11% of RG, that is 15 seconds
Okay.
long, just like Bikid's automatic version would suggest. Now, if you have been particularly observant, you might end up wondering how would the player go back down towards the ship portal.
Yeah, that's
since the
what I was
player is
wondering that.
nowhere near it after these parts. Nor are there any platforms nearby to actually reach the transition properly.
Yeah, that's-
How do
yeah,
I
I
know
was-
that the
I was
entire
wondering
part
that
is
one.
actually upside down and that the player doesn't go down somewhere? Well, it is not confirmed how Dark actually brought the player back into normal
Yeah, thanks
gravity
to the
in
follow,
order to
Iron
reach the
Goat.
ship transition. But what is confirmed is that the entire section was definitely upside down. Now, how do I know that? Because of Bikid's broken auto video. When a player beats any level in this game, the ending has a wall that the icon will transition into. Some levels, including my own, are deliberately hiding it, but by default, there's this wall at the very end of a level that can be seen. As such, the wall at the end when Bikid completed the automatic version could also be seen. However, it wasn't fully on screen. It cut off at the bottom. For anyone that creates in this game, and given the fact that this
from
game
YouTube.
has inconsistencies
Welcome in,
in
bro.
the code everywhere, this
you're
is a
having a
pretty
great
big
day.
hint to the fact that the player fell down from above into the ship portal. This can be recreated pretty easily in this case. All we need is an orb timing that will bring the player into normal gravity and everything lines up perfectly. Admittedly, there's no real way of confirming what Dark actually did to bring the player back down, but this will have to do. With that finally settled, the first 11% of element 111 RG, ignoring potential minor mistakes, is now fully restored. As displayed by Bikid's auto video, the next part coming up is the ship section, and thankfully, we already had some of this ship gameplay. The Dark editor screenshot and Super SNSD image of 20% fits in perfectly here, and it also showcases where the ship section ends. However, the first section of the ship was, much like the previous section before it, completely unknown and forgotten. That fact seemed to suggest that the usage of mirror portals didn't stop at all, and that the camera movement mess persisted, which was a pretty big problem. One of the gameplay gimmicks that Pamka claimed to remember was a pretty appropriate fit for this section. A yellow orb ship timing into a vertical spike gap. But it didn't really suffice for an entire section to just create this timing over and over. It didn't feel like the Dark style. For years, we had no idea where to actually place this, nor did we have any decent idea for what to add here because it never felt like it fit. That was until we found another Geometry World post from Majako. In this post, he doesn't talk about RG per se, but rather makes a reference to it through a different level called Electrodynamite by Siri. In this post, Majako was making a review of this level, showcasing a number of different parts across the level. He doesn't have too much to say about the level, but he makes a very interesting statement at the end of all the images. The most important aspect of this quote is that Majako mentions the UFO parts are too extreme and that supposedly it reminds him of the normal routes in RG. For reasons I will discuss
Thank
later,
you.
it can be safely assumed that this part Majako was referring to
Astro
was
is
in the first 40% of the level.
4318 says ADHD Andy react harder lil pup lil boy trick rider.
Level somewhere.
Don't
As
call
such,
me
the only
Trick
place where this
Rider.
statement can make sense in the level was here, as all other parts fitted where they are currently at. Combining Pamka's ship gimmick and the cluttered like
That was
buzzer
actually
sounds from
good.
Electrodynamite,
Trick
and we
Rider's
end
a
up with
good
a
one.
part
I
that's
thought-
very likely to have existed in this level. Of course, there's no guarantee at all that this part is supposed to be specifically here, but at least there are exterior motives for this part to exist in the first place, and by continuing the trend of adding mirror portals that constantly flip the screen horizontally like the previous part, this ship part feels like it belongs in this level. We obviously would have
W.
hoped for an image or something more accurate and useful, like a DarkX quote that actually described how the part looked like, but we take what we can get. With this new section combined
Facts.
with DarkX and Super SNST shop
Beggars can't be choosers,
we have
am I
yet
right?
another section of the level
Stormfly?
complete, with the first 20% of RG very likely fully restored. Before moving on, we can make one final use of the image at 20% by, once more, looking at details that are almost off screen. If you remember the Secret Way images and how we could see very tiny details on the left and right side of the screen,
Yeah,
there's
you
a
can see the
similar
spike top
situation
left.
here. On the top left of this image, we can see a cluster of objects with
I'm so
two of them
dialed.
being differently sized spikes. A creator can control how objects are to fade in and out of the screen, and at this
You
point
said
in the
this?
level, DarkX decided to change it, and now they enter the screen differently on the horizontal axis, making
Came
the
in a way,
objects overlap
unlucky.
for a brief moment. As such, this now becomes much more complicated in figuring out what kind of jump this is. However, we are still able to tell how far away from the player they are by looking at the opacity of the object textures. Some of them are
Okay.
more transparent than the others since they aren't fully on screen yet, and the opacity of these objects are influenced by their distance from the player. Following these rules, we can establish the actual placement of these cluttered objects is this. The only way this design made
Okay.
any sense to me was if it was created into a timing like this. It is both difficult and unique, very fitting for a difficult DarkX level. Given what Pamka claimed to have remembered from this point forward, the quad represented by this timing makes perfect sense. Okay, so from this point forward, it is going to be very difficult talking about any of the other restored parts, since majority of them don't really have a 100% accurate foundation as to why they have been designed the way they are. Out of the
Okay.
remaining parts in this, there's only 2 sections that come from a publicly available source. As such, we will now jump around in the level a bit, starting off at the section at 28%. Combining every other memorized section, this ball timing is pretty much confirmed to be in the real level somewhere. Now, how do we know this? According to GW Sack, he stated that he was inspired by some of RGC's gameplay setups, and used one of the ball gimmicks in his own level, Leap of Mistrust, which can be seen at the beginning. Upon looking at this part, an experienced player would know that in today's version of the game, this timing is free, since the ball game mode was changed in the updates that were to come. In the earlier updates, the ball worked very similar to the cube. If the ball hit a ceiling, it would, much like the cube, instantly die. When taking that into account,
What?
this turns the part into a ball timing where the goal is to avoid the ceiling. But in today's version, the ball will simply bounce off. With all the years of experience that I have
Oh,
seen
if
of
it
players
touches-
and creators
okay, I'm seeing
attempting to
it.
fake
I got it.
information, let's just say that I can tell that this is a legitimate source. I know that in short, that means I'm saying, trust me, this is real, but given that this is a timing that I have never seen in any level before it matches the creative approach that DarkX had, plus the intended timing was broken in the current update of the game, which most fakers aren't going to consider when building. I know for some out there that probably will not be enough, but it goes to show how desperate this restoration project has become. The final section that I would like to give a mention came from one of us having an idea for researching on Geometry World. Given that this forum is Korean oriented, perhaps some users felt the need to describe the level with the Korean name for Rowan Genome, and thankfully, putting Rowan Genome into Google Translate brings with it an official translation, which reads out like this. Putting this into the search bar of Geometry World, 5 different posts shows up,
Oh,
one of
that
which
was
is the
low-key
post where
5 head.
Arco exclaims that he managed to get
Hold on.
6%, going back to that DarkX discussion about the ultimate level
That's
3
low-key
and the
5
ultimate
head.
time again. But what is particularly curious is that there's one post months after RG was already confirmed gone. This post was made by none other than GW Sack himself, evidenced by the English comment added years later once I started speaking to him. Translating the title of this post reveals that it says Rowan's Genome Pattern, and what we are greeted with is one of the most disgusting gimmicks for a ship part that I have ever seen in over 8 years of actively playing this game. For experienced players, yes, this is a mini ship, so you know fully well how awful this is, but in case you're not, Let me give you a bit of an explanation why this is so awful.
Yeah,
In the
tell me, I'm a
1.6
new player.
update released a few weeks prior to RG's original release, the game introduced something called breakable blocks. These are, as the name implies, blocks that the player can break, but depending on the game mode, they function differently. With the standard cube game mode, the player can
We're
jump
close,
into
buddy.
them and
Oh,
break
we're
them upon
close.
impact, but they cannot be broken when gliding on top of them. When reversing gravity, this obviously works identically, but the other game modes that existed at the time, the ship, ball, and UFO game mode, were not able to do this. In fact, they are only able to destroy the blocks that are directly in front of them on the same horizontal level. Trying to jump or go any vertical direction with these blocks surrounding them is impossible. It has to be aimed correctly before you start breaking these blocks. With
Okay,
that
so
in
you have
mind,
to
if we
straight
look
fly,
back at
like,
this
completely
disgusting
straight.
gimmick once more, this demands you to hit 2 blocks at the same time with a mini ship 6 times in a row, whilst also making it through an already tight spike gap. The hitbox for pulling this off is so insanely tight that the idea of even doing this today on a PC is ridiculous. To our knowledge, there is seemingly no player in the entire world that ever managed to beat the unnerfed version of this level in practice mode, which always came across as weird, but if this gimmick existed in the level, it suddenly explains why. With other old impossible levels that were rated at the time, like Silent Club and Unnerved Stereo Demoness, players managed to beat at least in practice mode through sheer dedication. The furthest we saw players reach on RG in the Korean forums was specifically 41%. 2 players managed to do this, to our knowledge, GW Sack and Integral. It always seems odd to see 2 players end at the exact same percentage in practice mode, but it wasn't until we saw GW Sack's post that it all became clear. This is to this day the most brutal ship gimmick I have ever witnessed that is both unique and brutally challenging. And in relation
pretty
to
hard.
RG as a full level, a
Trick into
scary
it, though.
detail to this is that according
Facts.
to GW Sack, who
You got
still
that shit in, like,
remembered
5
that this
attempts,
section was
not
placed
gonna
at 41%, said that even after this part of the ship, the end of the ship part was not in sight. As such, it is assumed that Dark X was such an evil creator that he added yet another one of these ship gaps right afterwards. It is without a doubt the hardest ship part in the entire level. Okay, from this point forward, I'm not going to be keeping you here for much longer because not only is this video way too long, but majority of parts coming up now are very theoretical. The remainder of all the parts in this level are heavily influenced by the memory of other players, mainly Pamka. And while even that has reasons and foundations as to why they are there, it would feel very redundant talking about parts that don't really have proper confirmation to be
really
there.
interesting.
So instead, I will provide with a list of descriptions for each memorized section, along with an explanation for why they are there. When we requested Pamka to rebuild the level based off his memory, we didn't show him anything of what we thought was in the level to make extra sure our theories didn't get in the way of his memory. What came out of it was a big number of different gimmicks for uniquely designed parts. As mentioned previously, the final result of RG's theoretical restoration was that 23% of the entire level is confirmed to exist. Majority of the other sections are a combination of parts that theoretically would exist in the level, or are fillers for sections where we have no idea what gameplay was actually built there. A compiled list of descriptions for all the theoretical parts is shown as
let's
the
read
following.
these. Maybe I'll just read them on stream. I'll read them on stream, I think, actually. So that way I can really soak it in. So this Pamka guy seems like he clutched. This Pamka guy low-key clutched at the end here. Vermilion. Why do I know that name?
And here we are. The
Yeah, I'll just
end
read
of
that
the
off
story
stream.
about Element 111 RG, and the final conclusion in trying to find the level. I've kept you here long enough, so I will make this brief while showcasing the fully restored version of Element 111 RG. This is just me writing on a whim, not really caring about how it is phrased anymore, and this is just me speaking my mind. A massive shout out to all the Korean people that I have reached out to in order to gather information or translate the ridiculous amount of posts and threads that I needed. It couldn't have been possible to get this level of detail without them. I wanted to list them all, but genuinely there are just so many to list, and I've unfortunately lost track of some of them. So I'm genuinely just going to thank the entire Korean Geometry Dash community for all the help you've given me. And massive thank you to the Restoration Union group for all the absolutely insane level of research they put into this subject. Some of these findings are to this day credible, and the story would not be this complete without them. I owe them a lot. With that, I am headed out, and this will be my final video for the year. I am Stormfly, and thank you all so much for watching, and thank you for all the opportunities you've given me all of these years. One way or another, I will see you all next year, and in the next video. Peace.
W Stormfly. Hey, as someone who has done a lot of research for documentation shit, I can just tell this guy put in a lot of work, bro. There's a lot of hours sitting there grinding, just looking through shit, and you don't find anything. It's just like, you gotta do it though. It's the only way. You gotta brute force it. This guy has an hour-long video. Wait, he doesn't even edit his videos? That's interesting. Yo, shout out Last Prism Alex. He actually did pretty well editing this. He did really well. And doing a project like this, oh my god, it's over. Yo, and doing a project that's an hour long, I know, bro. It takes 2 weeks to do it could take 2 weeks to do a 10-minute video. Hella work put into that shit. I already know. Yo, W Stormfly, good ass video. Boom, I watched it. I watched all of it. And I didn't read chat for all the YouTube viewers. I didn't read chat. I locked in. I soaked up the information. I'd say the only way that this thing actually gets completed is if somehow they get Dark X in a call. Somehow, some way. Someone finds him on the street. You know, you go to Korea and you just start saying Dark X out loud, and eventually someone will respond, right? And then you show him, and then that's basically that. Or when I get Rob Top in the call, I can ask him about it if you guys remind me. Facts. W video. Woo! Yo, woo! W video. Yo, could someone link me something? Just anything. Just anything. Yes, thank you. No, not this, bro. No, link me something. Nah, I know what we gotta watch. I know what we gotta watch. I know what we gotta watch. Hold on. I got it. No, I got it.
1, 2, 3, My baby don't mess around because she loves me so, and this I know for sure. But does she really wanna, but can't stand to see me walk out the door?
Hey.
Don't try
To fight the feeling, cause the thought alone is killing me right now.
Thank God for mom and dad for sticking together, 'cause we don't know how.
Oh my god. I'm gonna walk around, bro. I got already more words than the Stormfly video. I literally gave lots of commentary. What are you talking about? Oh my fucking god. I feel like I just ran a marathon. I'm not kidding.
Hey, yo, is that Mexican OT? That good, dog.
Woo!
Feel like Johnny Dang. Louis Vuitton umbrella when I walk through the rain in the kitchen whipping chicken kind of bread like kinds. Good dog, got a Mexican looking like Johnny Dang. Eat deep muddy water stick carry my got money lip pocket cocaine.
We did it. Wow. Unironically, I feel more dopamine right now than I did when I beat fucking TO2. Oh my god. My brain is fried. What is that? Wait. Life of a 19-year-old single dad. The fuck is on my For You page? How does this even come up? Oh, Cosmic got a link. Let me full screen in case Cosmic leaks a dick.
Wait, what the fuck?
Wait, what? It just says
Wait, what the fuck?
No, actually, I know what we're doing on stream. Hold on, give me a second. Hold on. Hold on. I know what we're doing. I gotta read. I gotta like re-up my mind again. Hold on. We're gonna read one of my favorite pieces of literature of all time. Hold on.
Yeah, and the banana says, please watch this. It's a WR of the impossible level exasperation https://shooter.b/
Yo, everyone just like calm down for a second. I'm gonna read this. Everyone just listen. An explanation. Hey, so this is just an explanation of what happened a few days ago. Not a defense, just an explanation. So I wanted to start making more group content with DGD because I thought my friends were pretty funny and we would make really good content together. I asked one of my friends, hey, what do you think some good group content ideas would be? He responded with, let's do Minecraft hide and seek, but every time you're found, the person who found you gets to tweet whatever they want on your account. At first, this sounded like an amazing idea.
Says https://
Stop TTSing, I'm fucking reading.
C equals _P 9HFL1I8Q. This is Ariel Gleam. It's one of the best.
And I was very excited to record this. It started with a few funny ones, but then one particular person, who I won't name to cause even more drama, found me in one of the games. And this person had me write the Stella tweet. While it wasn't actually me who wrote this, I take 100% responsibility for actually sending this tweet. It was very
right magnifying glass emoji.
Okay, no, turning it off. No, turning it off.
Right magnifying
turning it
glass
off.
Emoji.
You guys are all losers. I'm reading. Fucking reading. Shut the fuck up. It was very, very stupid of me to go along with it, and I should have shut that idea right then and there. Because of the nature of this video idea, this person was trying to make me look as degenerate as possible. In no way was I or this person trying to attack anyone's job or anyone in general. This person told me afterwards he would have done anyone's link, but Stella's was the first that came to mind since he saw it on Twitter very recently. So in no way was anybody trying to personally attack a specific person. When I posted this, there was a lot of chaos in the call, so I wasn't thinking of anything that could go wrong. In the heat of the moment, it just looked like I was going to embarrass myself in front of my Twitter following. It didn't look like I was about to make it seem like I was attacking this person at all. When Stella DM'd me about the tweet, the realization immediately hit me. I immediately deleted the tweet and apologized to her privately. It was very, very dumb of me to actually follow through with an already very, very dumb idea, and I 100% understand that. Me and this person really don't think before we do most of the time. Again, I take 100% full responsibility for pressing send on that tweet and definitely have learned heavily from this situation. I'm going to take a few days off Twitter, so if you need me, feel free to DM me on Discord. I would like to publicly apologize to anyone who was affected, DGD, and especially Stella. Okay, now we're back. Now we're back. Now my brain's like refreshed. Woo! Brain's refreshed. All right, so someone link me someone link me like something good. Someone link me something funny. Someone link me something funny. So unlucky. Okay.
It's not.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Nonsense! 845 more with the prime sub. Oh no way! Oh. Pasta, the chat's moving on 100 miles an hour. I can't see it. No, Pasta. Link me Shakespeare. Link me a Shakespeare fucking quote. Nah, I got it.
Blow shit up.
What's this?
Alright, here we go. Get the blocks of dead. Get the blocks of dead. Get the blocks of dead.
He's so ass!
Fuck
He went back!
Fuck off.
Oh, so bad. Oh, alright. Alright, you got, okay. I was challenged. This is an official Toph challenge. This is an official Toph challenge. Can I, like, make it not on the left side of the screen? Apparently I can't. This is an official Toph challenge. I'm gonna read this as best as I possibly can. If I stutter, don't clip it. How long is this? Oh, this is light. This is light. Okay. To be or to not be, that is the question. Whether this nobler in the mind to suffer, the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against a sea of troubles, and by opposing in them, to die, to sleep, No more, and by a sleep to say we end. The heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is to hear to. 'Tis a consummation, devotedly to be wished, to die, to sleep. To sleep, perchance to dream, ah, there's the rub. For in that death of sleep, what dreams may come, when we have shuffled off this mortal coal, must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the whips and scorns of time, the oppressor's wrong, the proud man's contumely, the pangs of disprezzled love, the laws delayed, the insolence of office, and the spurs that patient merit of the unworthy takes, when he himself might his quietus make with a bare baldkin, who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, to undiscovered country from those who born, no travel returns, puzzles the will, and makes us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we not know of. Thus conscience doth make cowards of us all, and thus the native hue of resolution is sickled over with the pale cast of thought, and the enterprises of great pith and moment, with disregard their currents turn aware, and lose the name of action. Oh, I got $2. Holy shit. Ebon Wonder with a $2 super chat. Can you watch Kick a Try's GD level, bro-nado? Guys, I literally snapped. You failed the fourth word. The fourth word is not. I didn't fail, not. You misread 27 words. That's cap. That was trash. No. Okay, no. Someone join the. No. Join the Discord. 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 No. Join the. No. You guys are reading this. No. You guys are reading this. No. No. Join the Discord. 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 So anyone join the Discord. Anyone join. Join the VC. Hurry up. We got some pussies in the chat. No one wants to join. No one wants to join the VC. I'm seeing no VCers in the chat. Oh, here we go. Yo, you're reading this shit. Yo, you're reading this shit. Hello?
Yo,
you're on your
am I
fucking
reading?
phone? Yo, read this shit. You gotta read it now.
Come on, then. Put it on your stream.
Yep, there you go. We're waiting. You're pre-reading.
I'm waiting for it to come up. There's a bit of delay.
What? No, I'm sharing my screen in Discord.
Oh, sure. Where? You're not sharing your screen.
Yeah, I'm fucking sharing my screen. Are you dumb?
You're not sharing your screen, I swear to God.
You just swore to God. No, you just swore to God. You just swore to God. He just swore to God.
It's on your stream, it's alright.
He just swore to God that I'm not screen sharing. You're going to hell, Mud.
Bro, it's not here. It's not. You're not screen sharing.
Average British.
I can't see it. Chill out, man.
I'm literally sharing my the stream can see that I'm sharing my screen.
Put it on the stream. Put it on the stream.
Okay.
To be or not to be, that is the question. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or to take arms against the sea of troubles, and by opposing end them, to die to sleep, no more, and by a sleep to say we end. The heartache and the thousand natural shocks, that flesh is here, 'tis a consummation. Devoutly to be wished, to die to sleep, perchance to dream. There's the rub. For in that sleep of death, what dreams may come.
Yo, you're
When
taking
we have
20-minute
shuffled off
pauses.
this-
Stop pre-reading. You're shaking. You're taking pauses.
Yeah,
I didn't pause
I
once.
can hear myself through your screen, brother. I can hear myself through your screen.
Then mute it. You don't need to have stream audio.
Okay, yeah. Good idea.
You're taking 20-minute pauses. I didn't take one.
Right. Where was I?
Must give us pause.
Must give us pause. There's the respect that makes calamity of so long life. For who would bear the wisps and scorns of time?
Wisps.
The presser's wrong. The proud man's contumely. The pangs of
Contrary.
deprize love, that law's delay. The insolence of office and the spurns. That patient merit of unworthy takes. When he himself might his quiet make. With a bare
Quiet.
bodkin, who would fardels bear, to grunt and sweat under a weary life, but that the dread of something after death, the undiscovered country from whose bourne no traveller returns, puzzles the will, and make us rather bear those ills we have, than fly to others that we know not of. Thus coincides doth make cowards of us all, and thus the narrative hue of resolution is sickled or with the pale cast of thought and enterprise of great pitch and moment.
Pitch.
With this regard, their currents turn awry and lose the name of action.
Yeah, this guy took 17 pauses. He mispronounced 4.
I didn't mispronounce the first line, okay?
You just said pitch. This isn't the fucking football. We're not kicking a soccer ball. No, it's pith. There's no
Okay.
there's
I didn't
no C.
mispronounce. I didn't mispronounce the first line.
11 pauses, 11 pauses, stutters, mispronunciations. Yeah, you're buns. Don't ever get on my ass for what I said.
Hold on.
I
Read the
snapped.
first line quickly. Read the first line.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Good. There you go. You did it.
Yeah, just get that dick sucker out of the call. Yeah. Fucking. Like, you said to not be first. It looks better that way. It reads better that way. Shakespeare, I'm better the writer than him. And that guy had home court advantage because he's British. He literally has, like, half of those words are in his vocabulary. Like, on a daily basis. I don't say half those words. He literally said pith was pitch because he thought it was a goddamn fucking football reference. God damn it. Nobody fucking says pith. I said pith. I said pith. I said pith. Fucking pussy ass dudes. Whew. You're pissing me off and shit. You can't read. Yeah, I just snapped all over that shit. I did not have more than 3 stutters when I said that, by the way. And I didn't take a break. And I didn't take a break. And I didn't take a break. No pauses. It's pitching live. I'm trying to get off. I ain't gonna lie. Mispronounce every other word. So now we're just lying. Okay. Okay, could someone link me the Vortrox rage video? That's a good reaction. That's another video I can get out. How long is that? Is this it? This is just not it. He looks like... It's 13 minutes. Yeah, someone like that. It's a good reaction. Because I'm trying to hop up out of here. L stream. It's alright. I'll make up for it by eating your mother's vagina. Stupid dumb bitch. Why'd you guys want me to watch that, by the way? What? This is not it either. Stop fucking linking me shit. That isn't the Vortrox video. Someone in the chat linked it 5 minutes ago. How do you not have the link anymore? Okay, this is it. This is it.
We're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. I feel commitment's what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just wanna tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around and desert you. Never gonna make you cry. Never gonna say goodbye. Never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. We've known each other for so long. Your heart's been aching, but you're too shy.
Someone just be useful. You need a call trick. Oh, please. I just need one human being. What is this?
Hello, my old chum. I'm not a gnome. I'm not a goblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been
Someone, anyone in the chat room, one person, be useful. One. Check pinned. Oh my god. Paused.
Evanson says, bro,
I gave my- There we go. I hit the-
https://cat8zkp ?
It may not mean nothing to y'all.
Oh my god. Someone tossed his dick in the chat. We did it. Thank fucking god there are no girls in here. Oh, there are. Hey, I'm making a live announcement. I will fucking never, and I mean never. What? No, hold on. Before I make my announcement. What is this recommended? I paid an anime voice actress to play Bed Wars with me. What is happening? I legitimately only watch GD content on this account. Oh my god. Anyways, I'm making a live announcement. If you guys link me a video that's past 45 minutes long and it's not about Trick, you are getting permanently banned from the stream. I don't care. We are never watching an hour-long video ever again. Holy fuck. Why did you guys want me to watch that? Someone explain to me why you guys wanted me to watch that. What did I gain from watching that? Trick dick riding, whatever. Let me intro this. Yo, hey, how's it going, guys? Today's a brand new day. We're here with another reaction. Today we're going to be reacting to Vortrox goes crazy for insane for 13 minutes. Apparently this is a rage compilation from Vortrox. This guy danced in a maid costume, which is kind of a AO to me, but it's alright. We're just going to hop straight into the video because I want to react to stuff. Yep, alright.
My game lag!
Turn this down, it's a little loud.
I hit the orb! I hit the
I think he hit the orb.
What more did this level want from me? You do everything right, and you still die!
You can see him smiling, fake reacting,
It's the
fake
most
mad.
picky level in this game!
Oh, clip farmer.
I swear to God! Oh my God! That's the 5th time! The 5th time! I love dying there! I love it!
I love Michigan's part in Bloodbath. It makes me so happy. The first one now! The first jump and the second one! Can I die to the third one now? Let's see! That would be hilarious if I could die to the third click and the Michigan ball part. That would make my day. The triple spike now! New world order is upon us. Run while you still can!
What are these Looney Tune ass fake reactions? These are legit. I feel like I'm watching the Looney Tunes. Where's the anvil?
Oh my god.
Damn, chill. Oh wait, is he camping? It looks like he's camping. As a man, if you instinctively stick out your tongue and open your mouth when you get mad, let me just chill.
Get that fucking cube out of my face!
What the fuck did you guys link me? Nah, he does some shit like that. I dead ass him in English. It's a grown ass man. Chill. Oh, there you go. That was real. He was actually mad there.
Yo! Dude, why are you dying there suddenly?
Nice voice crack. He has a girlfriend. Let me just chill. Let me just watch the video. You guys are baiting me into saying things that I'm gonna regret.
God, I hate the wave.
Hate's a very strong word.
I hate the wave. Oh my god. The wave. I love the wave game mode. Oh my god, I just want to play Sonic Wave. 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 I just love the wave game mode. Oh my god. Oh my glob. Bro, why is it doing this? I will play Sakoop and L, bro. I've had enough of the wave. I can stop anytime I want. I just want to play the wave. Come on. Give me that high I need. I need to die to the wave. I just need to feel it one more time, bro. One more time. One more time. I just need to feel it. I just need to feel what it's like to die to the wave.
He did it again! He did it again! Yo, let me chill. Okay, when have I ever done this when I'm mad? I've not seen one death slam. He just does like these autism attacks.
I got 4 silver coins. Yes! And 2!
I haven't seen one death slam.
6 silver coins!
I feel like he's not even mad. When I get mad, I actually get mad. Like this is fake mad. He's fake mad. If he's this mad, he's slamming something. So this is the Toph person I've been hearing about. What have you been hearing about me, user? Yo, no, let's do a little quick investigation. Yo, what have you been hearing about me? Just curious. What have you been hearing about me? Where have you been hearing about me from? Yo, it was a good stream today, guys. You know, I had a good day. Someone just did exclamation point OnlyFans in the YouTube chat.
Out of the wave, I'm freaking out. I died to the ship and that's you. Oh,
Stop doing exclamation point OnlyFans. Holy fuck.
No, that was so easy. That was so easy. That was so easy.
How old is he? Like someone.
You don't know how easy this was.
How old is this guy again?
Watch, I'm about to get it through in one attempt. I'm telling you, bro. Oh my god, it's so easy. That's all I had to do, chat. That's all I had
20,
to do.
21,
That's all I had to do.
23.
Oh my god, bro. Oh
He's
my
20.
God!
He's 21.
Oh my god. Ah!
So this guy was doing this at the same age that I am now.
Oh my god. Oh my.
This is just not like he's not mad. I'm calling him out. There's no way when you get mad, this is what you instinctively
Always
do.
a wave part.
Okay, that was he was actually mad.
Chat, stop saying look behind me. There's nothing. Why is it
Slow down, I couldn't imagine dying
than
past
Extreme
95.
Demon? What? Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. Ultimate Demon makes my Zobra.
Woo.
And
Couldn't
he's gonna
imagine
say
dying
easy
past
in
25.
description. He's gonna
95.
say easy. Because he thinks, I'm such a good player. Oh my gosh, this is an easy demon. That'll make people laugh. That'll make people laugh. Oh my god, bro. And there's a pedophile in the top comments. Dude, I can't take
He's
this
autistic,
anymore, bro.
Taupe. Stop discriminating. He got a girlfriend at least. What does that to do with anything?
What did that do? Oh god. Oh god. Oh, the flashbacks. Watch how I die to that duel again. Let's see. I love Giron part in the ultimate phase. It's just like honestly, chat, let's just talk about how good that gameplay is. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! The ultimate phase by Andromeda GMD. Hold on, I gotta go see who made that part. Who made that part, bro? I want to talk. I just want to talk to him. I just want to talk to him. Giron. Okay, Giron. Okay, Giron. Let's have a little chat with Giron.
Wait, he's messaging him. Wait, someone has to unlock this for me. Oh my god, someone has to unlock. I got a lot of map creators that I need a fucking message. I got a lot of map creators.
Giron.
Someone needs to unlock this for me. Oh.
Giron.
Oh, don't. If you guys tell me how to unlock this feature, oh, I'm going to be the most hated Geometry Dash player of all time. There are going to be a lot of hate threads written in the Geometry Dash mails.
Ultimate phase.
They're not going to be able to look at their fucking...
Delete it. Or fix it. Please.
Woo!
And thank you.
Okay, this is real. You can tell this one's real.
Vortrox,
this is some shit I'd do.
GMD.
I probably would have been a little nicer. Because Vortrox is like a big creator on the game. So he probably might have cried himself to sleep over reading that message, but... Classic. Classic. Huh, classic.
It's called Broken Signal by Graphics.
The fuck was that? Yeah, don't make one of these for me. No one ever do this.
It's getting vanished. It's getting disappeared.
No one do this.
It's getting krilled. And I'm putting a monster in its place. We're playing a new version.
I don't want this shit on the
We're
internet.
playing the new version of Falling Up.
Oh, this level looks cool.
So we got our bomb. Our IED that we just built. There we go. There we go. Is that how things had to be? The building's been blown up now. Is that what you wanted? Is that what you wanted?
Oh shit, I gotta unlock that feature. I gotta get more sound effects while I'm playing, huh? Imagine dying at 97%. I couldn't imagine doing that.
What did I die to? I'm ending the stream. I hate this level. I hate this level. This is the... I'm disliking it right now. This level sucks. Never play this level. Never. This is
But you could dislike levels? Someone has to give me this feature. Nah, someone has to give me that feature too. Someone unlock that shit for me. Oh, I need that too. Oh my god. I need to be able to message people, and I need to be able to fucking dislike this shit.
I don't rage at geometry.
Can you add comments on? You can add comments on levels too. Oh my god, give me all that shit unlocked. Oh my god, we're gonna have a field day. I'm gonna feel so much better about myself if I could get that shit unlocked.
No, no. I'm so close, man. I don't get it, bro. I don't get it.
Imagine fake crying. Couldn't be me.
Yay! Yay! We beat Broken Signal!
Oh, hey, I play this map.
Let go.
Yo, let's get a copyright me though. Oh, some of these are gonna have copywritten music. Oh, it's gonna be a long day at the office. Fuck. And I just cursed. Oh.
Yo.
This video feels longer than the Storefly one. Oh, no, that's a good one. You guys said this was a rage comp. I haven't seen him rage. I've seen him rage like twice.
Oh my god.
I haven't seen one cam hit, one monitor slap, one headphone throw, one fucking desk slam, one mouse throw, one microphone punch. I haven't seen shit. I cursed again.
Crazy. Oh my god. Woogie.
Wait, did I curse in that Stormfly video though? Let me know. I don't think I did. Okay.
Oh my god.
That was that was a, he was like this. No. God damn it. No. You gotta hit your desk like this. You gotta hit like fuck. I cursed on. Just like let me know. Oh, bonus. Maybe these ones will like.
Hey, Bakugo. I'm just a little cinnamon roll. Well.
No, Yo, the W stream, guys. Yo, W stream. Yo, W stream. Yo, W stream. Yo, I'm out. I'm not kidding. Yo, W stream. Appreciate everyone for stopping by. Oh my god, what the fuck did you guys? Nah, fuck that. Nah, I'm good. No, I'm good. I'm good. No. Peace out, homeboys. Yo, I appreciate everyone for the follows, donations, subs, anything. Yeah. I'm out. I'm not kidding. Yo, I can't. What? No. Peace out, bro. I can't do that shit. It's Vision Live. It's Vision Live. Someone say yes or no. Hurry up. It's Vision Live. Yes or no? No. I'm out. I'm off. Yo, peace out, homeboys. I appreciate you guys for stopping by the stream. Long react today. Tomorrow I'm up. I'm back on Deadlock. We're beating it tomorrow. Trick is wait. Users literally baited me. He said Trick is live. I actually got excited for a second. I actually deadass got excited for a second. Thought I could raid my goat, bro. Peace out, guys. Terrible stream today. I hope everyone in the chat has a great day, though. I think WizKid is live. Peace out, homeboys. Raid WizQuiv, that is gonna give you emotion. Alright, what's his username? Someone give me his username. What's his username? He's not live. He's literally not live. He's not live. He's just not live. I hate all of you. Alright, I'm out. Peace out, homeboys. Thank you. Be back tomorrow. I wanna fuck.
I'm trying to make a billion. First day out, bro, making killings. I'm trying to touch the ceiling. Bitch, I don't got no fucking ceiling. Cuz I'll keep it still. High hat here, don't need conceal. I'm trying to sign a deal. While they grow, he wearing heels. All y'all niggas funny. Y'all like Dave Chappelle. They be praying on my downfall. Black boys still prevail. They be praying that I fail. Bitch, I still